the shadows lengthen in Carcosa. Strange is the night where black stars rise. Strange moons circle through the skies. Much stranger still is lost Carcosa. Song of my soul, my voice is dead.
Why, hello.
Hi.
And welcome to session 12, if I am...
Yes.
Okay. Of Murmurs at the Abyss in Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. I am your keeper, Stu, and to my left...
I am CADave, and I'm going to be playing Dmitri Andreivich Tupolev, formerly of the Russian army, and then formerly prisoner of war of the Germans in World War I, and now on insane adventure that he doesn't know what to think quite about it yet.
Who knew that the real insanity was outside the sanatorium?
Yes.
My name is Jim, and I'll be playing Isadore Holzman, only marginally insane now archaeologist, going down the same rabbit hole as everybody else.
Hi, I'm Pooja. I will be playing Camilla Greenwald, a librarian who is quickly becoming a kind of occultist person who has spells now.
All right. And to answer someone in the chat room, Kimi's sick, so she's not here today. The plague is...
Yes. I was literally just typing, apparently the cultists got her.
Oh, not the scarlet fever.
My wife actually had scarlet fever. She was young.
Now, scarlet fever is strep throat that goes...
Escapes.
That escapes and goes somewhere else, I think.
I think so. I don't know. It's just that she, being a historical reenactor, she just found it funny that she got that weird sort of antique disease when she was a kid.
All right.
I don't think diseases come in sepia, doll.
The consumption, I think, would come in sepia tones. Oh, okay. So does anyone want to recap, or should I recap? Because I have notes, too.
We'll start with yours, and then we like to fill in the flavor text.
Okay, all right.
Because yours are very general.
Yes.
Yours are just the facts, ma'am.
They are just the facts.
And then we have commentary.
Okay, all right. So I've got the party arrives in the King in Yellow's domain within the Dreamland, and they're in the New York coroner's office. This is a dream, of course. The 5 burnt zombie people are there, as well as Farmer Carruthers.
I feel like it's important to note that the reason why we ended up in the morgue was because I rolled 100 on my dreaming to quick step to the village in dream.
Right, and that's where I ended the previous session, because I'm like, I got to come up with some good ones. All right,
and you did. It was horrific zombie people.
Right
again.
So the zombies attack you, and Carruthers is there as well, and he looks like all of his bones have been removed. So he needs that Three Wolves shirt to have his bones redone. Dmitri almost dies, falls unconscious from his injuries.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm a fighter. Just not that good at it.
No one's a good fighter in Call of Cthulhu.
That's the one role that I succeeded at one point, though. I marked it.
Excellent. So then Native Americans show up and start doing a ritual which infuriates she who walks between shadows, she who walks between shadows. And the ceiling...
It's definitely not stands victorious in the face of unrelenting foes.
It stands victorious in the face of unrelenting foes. That's a totally different game. I like long names, though. I think verbose names are awesome. Her name is Abigail Athenbright.
And she has no power here.
And they say she has no power here, and they start doing their ritual, and she freaks out, and then the ceiling of the surgical theater turns into a starscape featuring Aldebaran, which opens to reveal a gigantic yellow eye, and you guys make sanity checks. I think you all made them, didn't you?
Yeah.
We did. Both Jim and I made
Dead spot on. On the number.
on the number. And then, and Doris shot her.
And then, then I have Doris shoots Athenbright in the leg, and she promptly disappears. Then the party follows Chuli, who is one of the Native Americans, who turns out is like the great-grandmother of Ahiga. And so you end up in a Renaissance village, and then the Chuli takes care of Dimitri's wounds. She kind of explains what's going on. I don't know if you guys want to go into detail about that, but I just wrote, that's all I wrote for your conversation.
I think that we discovered that the village was the place where people that die in the dreaming go.
Yeah. Well, just like you can, if you die in the dreaming, like if you die while you're asleep and dreaming, you end up in the dreaming. Not necessarily like everyone in the same village, but this is like because we were there. This is like the village of people who died in this village. And then there are a bunch of like Abigail is. Or the woman who is possessing Abigail or whatever is making like a big ritual, and it's comprised of mini rituals throughout time. And it's like there's 9 mini rituals, and each mini ritual has 9 components. So it's lots of 9s.
I think also we confirmed that we're the only ones within our time period that are consistently working towards this goal.
And then the sepulchre we found at Smith's house is definitely part of one of the ritual components. That's the important bit. Oh, also that Abigail would probably have healed up, and like the reason why she was super distracted, and that's why Doris was able to shoot her.
Right.
Did we buy a bunch of explosives too?
Yes. That's
so
much
easily.
dynamite.
Like alarmingly easily, yes.
Well, because I was doing, I was trying to do the internet searches for. Well, at first I thought, you know what, I'm gonna.
You're not doing internet searches for explosives too, because I
course
don't want you on lists.
Oh, I'm already on lists. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Every GM is on lists.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But I first started typing in how many sticks of dynamite does it take to blow up a house, and I'm like, I'm not going to search for exactly that. So I backspaced it and I put in how destructive is 1 stick of dynamite. So I was able to figure that out. But I was trying to figure out, because you guys bought like a case, right? Or a couple cases. You bought a lot.
Bought a lot of.
Yeah.
You bought as much as
like,
your thing would, your daily allowance would go.
That's probably 80 or 100 sticks.
That's a lot of stumps.
That's so much.
Yeah.
Your mic is muted. It was because of the snap, crackle, pop from your soda?
No, it was the keyboard.
Oh,
it was
okay.
right at the
got
mic,
it.
and I was typing furious because I think the battery's dying.
Got it. Okay. So anyway, I looked that up. Let's see. She explains stuff. The party awakens. Camilla takes some time to practice before she awakens. They go to meet his lordship to deliver the letter from Gail Northope, saying she is traveling for a family emergency. His lordship tells the sad tale of his troubled son, James. The party has lunch in the servants' quarters. Dmitri goes exploring and finds James's journal from his youth. In it, he mentions meeting a woman in his dreams several times. The party is invited by Rose, one of the housemaids, to take a look at his lordship's library. Doris finds a mythos tome hidden in a false shelf. Hymns to the King Clad in Yellow by Father Thomas of Bath. They go back to the B&B. Camilla and Isadore read books. Camilla reads the mythos text and suffers 1 point of sanity loss and gains 8. Was it 8 in mythos? That was from my memory. That's why I put a question mark.
It may have just been, I can't remember what I had before, but I have 12 now.
Okay.
So I think it was actually, I gained 4.
Okay. Isadore reads the journals and perhaps recognizes Abigail Athenbright and the fact that the young James was trapped in the Dreamlands when he was asleep. Dmitri and Doris go shopping for dynamite and guns. And that's pretty much it.
Isadore and I have a fight about
Murder?
jumping to murder.
Right.
Now, the question I have is, do we think that the Lord is involved in all of this unsavoriness? Or, like, the book just happened to be in his library because of his son?
See, that's the thing. I was inclined to think that he wasn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I felt that
I
way,
was
too,
also-
until you found the book.
And I was like, man, this book, and it's so hidden. And then I was also wondering about his wife, because she is also a voracious reader. And he, like, reads with heavy quotes because, like, he never turns the pages in his history tomes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember one of the servants was like, well, it never seems to
Actually
airs.
finish
make any
anything.
progress.
So I was kind of leaning towards the wife as being the one who, or James could have stashed that book there, but like that seems less likely to me than someone else doing it. Or there is a servant in the household who is perhaps the butler. The butler did it.
Okay. It's always the butler. Hey, man, I have no problem with cliche. It's dependable.
Okay.
But,
So
yeah.
So for sort of simplicity's sake, we'll assume that you guys are going on with your plan.
Yeah, we're gonna blow
Okay.
up. I mean, Doris needs to stay in bed with her fever.
Well, I figured Doris is probably going to go out with her rifle and find a nice high spot to sort of keep cover over you.
Or that. Yeah,
Sure.
we're gonna go blow up the. We're gonna make sure everyone's out of the house first.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have any desire to
Kill anybody, no. I'm just...
willy-nilly murder people.
No. Nonetheless, there's an absolute need for it. No. But I'm just... All I was saying was, if there is a need, we might have to do it. I don't know. Things are weird. Because really, if we find the woman in yellow's corporeal form, I'm going to want to kill it.
Yeah, that's not the same as like, hey, this poor boy who's been literally tortured since he was a child. Let's go kill him.
I'm wondering if...
But what about the defrocked priest and the rest of them?
We'll
Yeah.
see. But like, as far as I am concerned, we should stay as much out of their notice as possible,
Right.
Because the thing is, if we can ruin their plans without...
attracting their attention.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But, you know...
I was about to make comments that aren't part of this character's memory.
And like maybe they're already aware of this because of all this business and us getting stuck in the King in Yellow's portion of the dreaming or whatever, but like it seems like no. The way they would have been made aware of us is because of our involvement with Nurse Gale. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, Nurse Gale is kind of important in that because she's obviously being, like, super observed, and if we're not noticing the same behavior around us, then we could probably think that we're fairly okay.
So far. And so the sooner we strike, the better, but I don't want to get into, like, an altercation with all of these people.
No.
I'm useless in an altercation.
Maybe what we should do is figure out how we plan to make secure that everybody's going to be out of the house when we do this. Because that's something that we want to be sure about. Because we know that there's cleaning people that come in every once in a while. We don't want to interrupt that kind of thing.
Well, if we do it at nighttime, we don't have to worry about that kind of thing.
Right. But then we only have to worry about the one resident.
And honestly, if he's heroined up, we could just drag him outside.
That's cool.
Even if it's not, he seems fairly able to be coerced.
Well, he doesn't seem mentally stable, but
Yeah.
we haven't really had too much direct contact with him other than observing him while he was asleep. Which sounds creepy, just straight up.
Okay, so we're agreed that we go in, we blow things up when the fewest number of people are there, i.e. 0. And if necessary, we convince James to get out of the house while we do so.
Just for future reference, what skill would it be to successfully arm 80 sticks of dynamite?
Do we really need 80?
I don't know.
So let me be sure.
You don't want to nuke him from orbit.
It's going to be like
cloud in the
that
middle of his
Halifax
cottage.
boat accident.
I don't know enough. I don't know as much about explosives as I do about guns.
I'm looking at the character sheet right now.
Yeah, that was the...
Despite the fact that we have a section of the gun safe labeled inert explosives. Which is what happens when you work on a Navy show for 5 years.
Sure.
My boss had to get like a special clearance from the FBI to like order from this site that sells like
Replica.
dummy explosives for military training.
Oh, wow.
So we would have the correct stuff for the show.
That's cool.
Sorry, I know I'm taking us out of the thing, but like it's just such a random
No, that's
skill
interesting.
set to have.
Well, that's the thing when you work in media, you pick up a bunch of different, just depending on what you have to do, I suppose. Because, it's supposed to cover just about every part of human existence when you're making movies or writing books or stuff like that. One of the things that stories that my mom would constantly tell was when she would be reading books when she was a child. She grew up in a nunnery in Chile, and they had a library, and she would pick up these books, and she would discover that the people that wrote these books had never been to Saudi Arabia or whatever these books were about, and it was all done. She found it fascinating that people could just research something and come up with something so convincing.
That's awesome.
It's probably its own skill. It's probably because those empty spots. It's probably like something like demolition or something, but.
There isn't an empty spot in the D's. You'll have to name it something else.
Preferably something with an FI at the beginning. Fire in the hole. Skill.
Yes!
Yeah,
Oh,
yes!
That'll fit in there just fine. Right underneath firearms.
Why are there 2 FIs?
For other fighting.
3.
If you have other fight.
Fighting melee weapons and fighting.
Firearms, like
Martial arts.
heavy artillery?
No,
Yeah,
well, maybe. I'm sure that's for other types of fighting. I'm sure that's what they put that.
Well, there's 2 under fighting, and then there's 1 under firearms.
Well, I could easily see using electronic repair to set up some kind of fuse.
Oh
or
yeah,
mechanism.
Electronic repair.
I
That
can
would
see
be
that.
closest. If you're going to have like a delayed fuse.
And mechanic repair would also kind of work
Sure.
if you had something like that too.
I was looking for engineering because that would be like.
That would be under science, I think. That would
Probably.
be under the science
That makes
subtypes.
Ooh.
Because I only have.
Does
Chemistry.
anyone have any of those things?
I have mechanical repair.
I have mechanical repair. It's at low, but it's better than the starting. I have it.
Yeah, because it starts at 10.
Yeah, I have it at 20.
And I've got 30.
Right.
Okay, well, you're setting those fuses.
Someone
then.
suggested just use luck.
You?
I actually kind of like that idea.
I'm in compared to my last character.
Yeah, okay. I'm
Oh,
okay.
you have great luck on this character.
Yeah, I'm 55 lucky.
I have shit luck on this character.
Even with the points I use, I have a 59 luck so far.
I've
Yeah.
got 33. How did y'all get so much luck?
Well, I made it a priority the second time around. Because the first time I did not.
Along with your sanity?
I did. I tried to game the system for
The
sanity and
important
luck.
stats, yeah. None of them are physical stats.
Okay.
Okay. So I'd like to have a day where we sort of observe the in and outs of this place. We just sort of stand out. I got those binoculars. We can just watch. I just like to see what the routine is.
Sure.
Just
Mm-hmm.
and
That'll give some idea of visitors and timing. And
yeah, and that kind of thing.
Okay.
And also keep an eye out for anybody that's snooping on the house as well. See if there are any agents that are trying to look for people messing with the house.
Okay.
And for those of you keeping track at home, today is July 13th, 1923.
Oh.
Is it Friday? We already
Maybe.
had one of those.
1923. Okay. So where are you guys gonna sort of stake the place out?
I don't.
maybe can you see it from the park with the bird bath that we visited before?
Well, isn't the cabin kind of off in
It's a little
It's
way
like down a
yeah.
lane, down a laneway. But yeah, you can see the front of the house. You can't see the whole house, but you can see the entrance. Oh. July 13th, 1923 was indeed a Friday.
called it?
That means everyone's luck rolls are halved.
Well, wait till tomorrow.
And next session, everyone but Doris will be rolling a new character.
That's why today is only observation day.
It's like, that's it. I'm making a dog as my next character.
We're gonna
That's
sit
the only guaranteed
in
not
a
to get
public
killed.
place all day
All right. So yeah, you can sit by the fountain
Yeah.
and just kind of surreptitiously watch. Okay.
See people going up and down the lane.
So while y'all are keeping an eye on the house, I'm gonna see if like anyone is watching us.
Okay. Counter surveillance.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Gotta watch our backs.
Okay. Go ahead and make your spot hidden roll first for the counter surveillance.
Librarian spy. Do it.
That's a 17 under my 65.
Bam. Okay. You do see a couple of people that have been sort of either. I don't know if you haven't specifically had all of the people pointed out as being cultists yet, have you?
Kind of like they gave us vague descriptions of the people
Okay.
who were hanging out at James's house. The only one that we got a like very specific description of was the defrocked priest who still wore his robes,
Right.
which makes it kind of easy.
Yes. Okay. So you do see some people who are probably some people associated with this defrocked priest, or this sort of hangers-on of James, and you see them kind of walking by, and they're headed towards his cottage, and a couple of them kind of like a sidelong glance at either one of them. That's so. When you position yourself, as they kind of walk by, they are looking.
Actually,
they're
we could
definitely
set ourselves
noticing.
up like playing a game of chess.
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
park.
The
Okay.
two Russian guys in
Yeah,
the park.
two Russian guys at the park playing chess.
Yeah, for sure.
Totally speaking in Russian too. It's just like,
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but they get kind of a sidelong glance from. There's like 2 or 3 cultists come by, and throughout most of the day, you see a lot of these people, probably like 7 or 8 of them, either go there, stay for a little bit, come out, head down the road, or come back, and around nightfall, you kind of start to see them kind of string in, like they're all heading over there.
That is not good. And we were noticed. So action needs to be soon.
well, let's discuss what that action should be then. If they're meeting in there to actually ritual, I don't even know what the. Then we need to do something. But there's a lot of them, and only 3 of us. Even with Doris on Overwatch, we're probably going to be in the building.
True. We need a distraction. How many are there?
Well, you guys were watching, so one of you make a spot hidden, or both of you. Doesn't matter.
Spooty spoot. Sweet. I got a 6.
Boom.
You rolled a
I guess
And that was right underneath my 10%. Which is 7.
Okay.
I was wrapped up in the chest.
So you probably got 8. You probably noticed 8 of them, but you did notice the defrocked priest who came from farther down the road and seemed to be sort of avoiding. But there's like that one little section where he can kind of walk along the other side of the street, and then he has to go, and you happen to catch him. And he is wearing his robes and vestments.
So
And that dude's name is like, all I can remember is it's the Irish of Irish names.
Patrick O'Leary.
Patrick
Patrick
O'Leary,
O'Leary.
Father Patrick O'Leary.
No longer father.
Poor Father Patrick O'Leary.
Stepfather Patrick O'Leary.
You're not my dad, Patrick O'Leary.
You're not my real dad. Okay, but honestly, we need some kind of major distraction to proceed. To get them out of the house, at the very least, just to give us enough time to set the explosives.
Now, that's the thing, is that what would catch all of their attention and want to make all of them?
What if we set a small charge close by? And then when they go to investigate, we scurrying behind them. I mean, I don't really like the word scurry. I don't particularly enjoy being compared to a rat. But
We can briskly move away.
What about if we use charge at the nurse's house, since she is gone now?
it's quite far.
Yeah.
Also, I don't really want to blow up her house. I
Yeah,
mean, she's
it's
coming back.
got all of her things.
I know this, but they seem to be observing the house. It would cause a scene. They may go investigate why her house is blown up.
Or behind the house. Maybe just the yard.
Yeah, and
Yeah, good.
break some windows. Front.
Minimal real damage.
Just a lot of loud noise and maybe some smoke. I like that idea. And okay. Which one of us is best equipped to sneak in there and set something like that?
No, I mean, I'm sneaky, but I know nothing about firearms or explosives.
I think it's probably me. I am stealthy and do have the mechanical repair skill.
Okay.
And 20% better luck.
I'm going to end up using it all on one roll.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah.
Two, you have to save some for the sepulcher.
Well, yeah. I'll be like, hey, well, no. Like, I'll leave you guys with a couple of sticks for the nurse's yard, and then I'll take the crate with me into the house when they leave.
Okay, so we're going to be setting the...
Right?
Well,
Do you
if
have
it's
mechanical repair?
well, the thing is, if we're just dealing with sticks of dynamite, I feel fairly confident in taking like half a stick, lighting it, and throwing it into the yard without having to do any type of
that's not-
setting.
Oh, that sounds much better.
Yeah.
I could throw
That's
things
what, like,
at the broadside of the
single
barn.
sticks. Yeah, single sticks is not that hard to deal with.
Right. Yeah. Now, I just looked it up. Blasting caps and electric detonators were invented in 1863.
Of
So
course
you probably have a bunch of blasting caps as well on the if you want to go that way.
For those of
I'm
you
sure.
visiting along,
That was
Stu
the
just made the like
audio
Wile
version
E.
of-
Coyote.
The plunger. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's got a
well, another
like
easy
a
way to do
flywheel
it
in
is
there.
just to find a clock, and then put the two connectors on. When
Right.
the hands meet, the electric charge goes through, and then boom.
Do you have electrical repair?
Yes, I do actually. I think. Oh no, just the 10% because I don't have it. I have chemistry, is what I have. Never mind.
Okay, MacGyver.
Sorry.
No,
Just trying
it's
to be
great.
clever.
It's very clever.
Oh, it's a good idea.
We're just not equipped to actually do
Yeah,
it,
it's true.
unfortunately.
Well, I mean, in the 20s there are batteries.
yeah, absolutely. I looked it up.
So, like, it's not... I don't think we actually have to have a big box with a giant
I'm just
plunger. We can have a,
Yeah,
Switch?
probably.
like, Frankenstein laboratory knife switch.
Right.
Knife switch is the word I
I
was looking
love
for.
knife switches.
Yeah.
They're so satisfying. Can I throw it?
Can you
throw the switch.
Yes. Well, that would entail me like running out of the house with a long cord to our hiding location, and then you flipping the switch.
And then pulling the cord really, really fast.
Yeah,
we need to
out
do
of the
that part. We
destruction.
just run away at that
Oh,
point.
you could just run away.
I mean, when is fingerprint science a thing?
it's
way
already a
before
thing.
us,
Oh,
yeah.
never mind.
Yeah,
It's not super widely used, but it's a thing.
We're not
Right.
in any databases.
That's true.
probably
'Cause
not here,
that's
but in
how the
New
word
York it
gets.
was definitely being used, which is why what's his name wanted to fingerprint you guys.
Which we all
Yes.
refused.
Everyone except you got fingerprinted. Everyone else said sure.
Which is exactly why I should throw the switch.
You're a ghost.
Legitimate reason. She's in the wind, yo. Okay.
I don't trust the police.
How about this? I will grab a stick and throw it in the yard,
Okay.
and you guys handle the rest of it. And hopefully I won't get bloated up.
Okay.
I'm sure that with taking plenty of time over the course of a whole night, I could rig up some kind of an alarm clock
Yeah.
or something that would then trigger the blasting caps.
Not nearly as well.
You can totally do that. That'd just be a mechanical repair roll to be able to make it so that it's like it should have gone off by now. Why didn't it go off? But you should make that roll in secret.
Okay. So you make that roll for me. Is what you're
I was going to have you roll the dice into this, but I'm going to hold it up high so you can't see what the result is.
Oh.
But I will be able to.
saying. I like that.
It's-
Well, yeah, but how would I know if I need to use luck?
He's not going to let you, I don't
No
think.
How
luck
about
on
this?
roll.
No, how about this?
I don't think you get luck on explosive rolls.
Why not?
No, I'm kidding.
No, it seems like that would be the time.
But you do it,
Primary
as,
use
you
for
do it as a
luck.
bid, and you go, how many maximum luck points are you willing to make this thing work?
Oh, that's a good idea before
and
we roll.
if it doesn't meet that limit, then you don't do it. But if it does, then you apply it, and then you tell them how many points to knock off.
Maybe like 10 points.
Okay. Oh, there's no dice there. You have to put your
Oh!
I don't want to.
Feeling around for dice.
You don't get to use GM dice. They roll too well.
Or not.
Or not.
I gotta get a 30. Great. I made it, guys. For sure, nothing bad's
You
happening.
need to work on your poker face,
Just starts
fucker.
giggling over there.
All right. So you're working on your thing.
Yeah, that's what I will spend.
You got
the
you
night
got you get probably stacking them all neatly, putting blasting caps on them all, and wiring them all together, and getting your alarm clock. And
So then I can just take the little wooden crate and take it down
Right.
to the...
and then wind the alarm clock, and then run.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. And you are going to go throw a stick of dynamite in the old woman's backyard.
Backyard. Yeah,
Well,
that's
we have to
my
time
plan.
it properly. So, like, you know, he's got his thing set up and he's ready to go into the basement.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we'll
And
synchronize our
then-
watches and we'll timetable it, I guess.
Yeah.
So this is that same night. Very night. Okay.
Well, if they're conducting
all
some kind
meeting.
of ritual and, like, time seems to be of the essence.
Okay.
Okay. Jinkies.
Excuse me. Sorry, Canada. And that other guy that complained.
In everyone's defense, I may have listened to some of our really old APs, and I apologize to everyone every time I ever forgot to mute my mic when I was eating.
Oh yeah, that was crunchy.
Yeah.
There was a lot of crunchiness going on.
A lot
All
of
right.
guilt there.
Okay, so you're gonna so you guys figure out it's gonna take you 10 minutes to get there. Maybe you need to synchronize your watches. It's 9 o'clock at night
Yeah.
by the time you finish. So at 9:20, the distraction happens.
All right.
Ready to go.
Who needs my assistance in this?
Probably me.
Okay. I'll go with you then.
At the very, like...
Moral, but you know,
Well, no, but like you can
Alright.
totally be the person that's watching for trouble while I...
that I can do.
And you know where the secret door is. I've never been inside there.
True. Okay. Great.
Okay, so you head off.
Yeah, I head off with my stick of dynamite in my coat
Right.
pocket.
Is there like a general? Because I mean, this is not a hard thing to light a stick of dynamite. You just have to know enough to light the end, rather than really close to the actual stick of dynamite.
Honestly,
anyone
I
who
wouldn't
has
make it a
ever-
skill roll for the throw.
Oh,
I think
the throw.
Yeah, it's
There you
the
go.
throw, not
Yeah.
the lighting.
Okay.
Because the lighting is like, have you ever seen a stick of dynamite before?
Right. Or
Or
watch cartoons.
lit a cigarette. Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or lit anything in your life.
Yes.
Have you lit a candle?
One of the stories I read when I was trying to find out how dangerous one single stick of dynamite is, in Connecticut, there was a storm and there was a power outage, and they had gone to the store to buy candles because they knew the
And they
power
bought
was out.
dynamite instead.
No, and they were sold out of candles, and
They-
then the husband said, you know what? I think the previous owner of the house left a bunch of candles in the basement. So they're fishing around the basement, and the wife lights a stick of dynamite, and it blows up. She survived.
Yeah, but she doesn't have a hand or
Well, she-
possibly like anything below
I think-
her like.
She only
Forearm.
lost 1 or 2 fingers.
Oh, well,
That's all she'd
good.
lost.
Wow.
It had to have been the way she was holding it.
Yeah.
'Cause if she was holding it like
Because a
in a fist,
firework will take out fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Like
When you
just a
min-max
regular-
your luck stat.
Yeah.
right, exactly.
Okay, but now like, so you light it.
Yeah.
It's the throwing.
And now...
And now
Would
do
it
you
be a
throw
dex check or
No,
There's
there's throwing.
throw.
There's a
There's
throwing
throwing?
skill.
You have a
yeah.
20% if you
Okay.
know how many points you have.
throwing it is? Yeah, throw. I got a 20%.
But I feel like he should get advantage because you're not aiming for like a
Yeah,
precise
you're right.
spot.
Yeah.
I'll give you.
It's
I'll
like-
give you 2 advantage dice.
Don't
Sounds good.
hit the building.
You're like, just get it in
Don't
the
bounce
yard.
it back up into me. Yeah. That's,
You throw it, it bounces off the front window and lands back next
before
to
I make
you.
this roll, Isadore loves you all and will miss you. All right. Okay,
Oh
that
my
one's
God,
bad.
they're
That
all
one's
bad.
bad. 44.
44. Okay, that's not horrible. You get a little closer to the house than you intended, and then kaboom! It goes off and it blows a couple windows out.
Okay.
But it's not the house isn't on fire or anything like that.
The
It doesn't-
rose bushes.
The rose
Oh,
bushes
yeah.
are dust.
They're never coming back.
The bird bath is destroyed.
Probably.
She won an award for those 3 years ago at the fair.
Now they're never going to make best cottage.
There's just like now there's
Best
sad
village.
sherds of a garden gnome.
Shirts and shorts.
Shirts.
Well, so long as there's no shrapnel.
That's true.
Okay.
How did your character die? Garden gnome fragments.
Goddamn Scandinavians. Okay, yeah. So I did the thing.
So it goes off, and you like run into the woods and make your way back. You hear the explosion in the distance, and it's really loud. It's extremely loud.
In the quiet, rural England night.
Right, and it thunders along, and you can see some doors opening, and the door you can. Where are you guys positioned? Are you behind the house? Or are you across the street? Let me draw it out real quick.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Yeah,
I was
that's a
like,
good idea.
I don't know.
Use a marker.
Oh, yay, it'll be thick enough for people to see it, Jeff.
Possibly. I hope.
If we're lucky. I should start carrying one of those Magnum Sharpies with me. The problem is they don't come in colors. I want giant fat Sharpies that come in colors. If this
The thick Sharpies do.
you know, like the
Not the big,
not
like
the
chisel tip.
the chisel tip, like giant ones, do they?
Yeah, I've got some. I have a thing of them. It's came in like a 6-pack.
Why don't we have them now?
I don't know what happened to them all. My daughter is a Sharpie thief.
Oh, well.
I have
I mean,
color
I can't blame
markers
her.
too if you need them, and highlighters and stuff.
Look at that rainbow
Jim
over
comes
there, man.
prepared.
My gamer bag. Actually, it's a Weird Al Yankovic concert bag.
Nice.
It just is so cool. Oh, no, but
I was just thinking about the concert I saw of his when I was in Baton Rouge the other day. He did not cancel it, despite the fact that he would have been well within his rights to for multiple reasons, because he had suffered a personal tragedy, and the show was nowhere near at that limit where it like actually made him money. But he performed anyway.
his commitment to his fans is pretty strong.
Yeah, I've just never been as like, and I worked the show too, so that like I worked the load in and load out of it, and then I went to attend. So I met him.
Oh wow! I've only
Told
met
him
him in
where
like
the
a
Coke
meeting
machine was,
greet. Nice.
which like was a lot for me as like a 19-year-old.
I would have lost my crap. I've been a fan for like ever.
Me too. When I had a live journal, my name was based on his like one of his albums.
Nice.
Oh, live journal.
look at that.
Oh, there's like, are those bushes or trees?
It's trees.
Hang on, I gotta put it.
Those are trees.
Clouds.
So we've got the James house, or I'm sorry, not the James house. That's for my show. James's house, and then a road. There's a forest behind. There's another cottage on the other side, and like more forest behind that. So I would say we're in the forest behind James's house.
Yeah.
Okay.
And which
Smart.
direction is? It's back in town here is
Yes.
where the explosion is going.
So town is back over here.
I love the color of that ink.
Me too. Maybe this is what I'll use, and I'll just use ink to color my dice when I get them,
there you
assuming
go.
they haven't been stolen.
Okay. So, make a spot. The two of you who are there, make a spot hidden check.
I do not make it.
No,
Okay.
These dice are in timeout.
it's dark out there.
It's dark.
There was a giant explosion. I'm worried that Isadore is dead.
You definitely see people leave from the James's cottage, heading that direction, but you only count 6.
And we think 8 is the
Yes,
number?
8
to
9. 9 are in there because O'Leary came in like last.
Plus maybe James.
Plus possibly James. Well, it's still the best opportunity we're going to have.
Okay.
And if we don't destroy the whole house and just destroy the basement, we just need to be prepared to incapacitate anyone on the way in. Are there any carts?
Any carts?
Yes, it was just a joke because I have no fighting skills, so I just throw things at bards and
You were very
push
successful
carts
with
at
that
people.
cart. All right.
But since we believe
Okay.
that not everyone left, can we be sneaky on the way in?
Yeah, I'll do my best.
I mean, I also will do my best.
Yes.
My suggestion is that we be sneaky.
Yes.
Is what I'm saying.
Go ahead
I
and
would
add,
like to do this.
add bonus dice because there's some commotion around. I mean, other people are like, "Oh, what was that? It was a very big explosion."
That's a 6.
Okay.
And I got
26.
16.
Oh, 16.
Boom. Okay. Make sure you put your check mark.
Oh, sweet.
All right. So, yeah, you kind of go around the side, sort of in the shadows, and you kind of look around the corner, and there is someone standing on the porch of the cottage, looking the opposite direction. You guys basically come around the far side.
Should have bought a blackjack.
Would it be like a fighting brawl to try and go up and give him the butt of a shotgun?
Yeah, that's exactly what that would be.
I'm going to try and do that.
Okay.
All right, Dave.
So you sit down the dynamite.
Yeah.
Pull your shotgun.
Beat him on top of the head with some dynamite.
Yeah, just run up and throw a crate of dynamite.
Catch!
This is a weapon, I'm told. All right. Lucky. Yeah.
Boom.
18 under 65.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage. There would have been a big bonus on that anyway because you're getting the guy by surprise anyway.
I don't actually know what the damage would be for the butt of a shotgun.
Let's see. What's a
Unarmed
punch?
is 1d3 plus damage bonus.
Do you have a damage bonus?
I do not.
I don't understand how you get a damage bonus. It's just how much your strength is.
Yeah,
or
it's
what?
your
Yeah.
con and strength, or size and strength.
Size. Yeah, I think it's size and strength.
It's a formula for that.
Well, I would definitely not have a damage bonus.
Okay. I'd go and roll a d6. I think. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, it sounds perfect. Sure.
3.
Okay. And there was something because you hit him in the back of the head. Let me find that little deal here.
Yeah, because that would have been a called shot too, but I think he would have made it by
He would have
far.
made it anyway. Yeah.
By a lot. Because that's just the hard roll. It's not the
Yeah.
It's not the all the way down.
25%
Yeah.
one.
Let me find the because I know there's a called shot thing in here.
I don't want to have to get all Christopher Lee on this dude.
Oh, you can't push combat rolls. I didn't know that. That's cool.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. You hit him in the back of the head. He sort of stumbles and falls forward. I'm going to say that he's sort of disoriented. If you would like to make a second attack.
Yeah.
Okay. But he's not out. I mean, he's like, oof, and he's like starting to get back up.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go again.
Okay.
Try and be as quiet as I can.
Right.
Not just- I'm like,
Well, don't
"Ooh,
shoot him and then
No,
you'll be
yeah.
fine.
I like how I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go knock him out. Thump, and now it's just gonna turn into this brutal, like just. As I come back 10 minutes later, like he's knocked out.
Take an
Covered in
advantage die too.
All right. 14.
14. Okay.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and roll it again.
The D6?
Yeah. Don't roll a 1.
It's a 6.
A 6.
Okay, he's out.
Taking this away because, like, our poor logo.
Yeah,
It's
he
the,
did.
I've been trying to make a new one with my Cricut, but doing the shading on the die is kind of difficult.
Oh, yeah. I feel like we need a new tray in general, because that one is, like, so rigid, the die bounce out of it a little.
Right.
I think it's under construction.
I think so.
Never mind.
I think this one. I think
V2 is coming.
Okay.
All right. So then I'll.
And the door's open, and there's light on inside.
Did I see anybody through the door? Like,
No.
was there
You
anybody peering out as a beating their friend unconscious?
Okay.
Good.
So we're going to go up and...
Yeah, I'll just carry the thing and follow you.
Yeah.
Okay.
As quietly as I can.
You walk in, and the carpet has been rolled up, and the trapdoor is open.
Okay, so they're definitely down there.
So I will not set the timer for an extended wait.
Can I listen? For what's going on down there? If the trapdoor is open, for sure.
Oh yeah, that's your librarian super skill. Like, there's 2 rats.
25
in the
under
back
my
garden.
67.
Boom. They're whispering. It's kind of hard to make out what they're saying, but you do catch a few words. We don't have time. It's something like, we don't have time for this. We got to get finished, or things like that. So.
Verifies our sense of urgency.
Yes. And also that I believe this is the instance that Isadore may have been referring to. Because we could not fight whatever might come out of that.
No. Okay. So, should I... Obviously whispering. Not like,
Right.
Let's have a pause and have a conversation here.
No, but...
Should I just set them here? Or should we
no,
go down
we
there?
should... Can we throw some down there?
I don't know how sturdy the setup is for throwing.
Okay. Then we...
I mean, it would be best if I could put it at the base of this stone thing you described.
Can we put it at the base of the stairs?
I could?
Let's
I don't-
do that then.
You mean like at the top of the stairs or at the bottom of the stairs?
Well, the way I'm remembering this is that we went down the stairs and there was a little hallway to the actual place where the sarcophagus was. Am I incorrect in that?
I thought
It's kind of just an open
It was
space.
just an open space.
I misremembered then.
Okay.
Never mind.
Okay.
My bad. Retract that statement.
So, should we go down there and attempt to neutralize the people down there? Or... And then plant the explosives directly next to the thing? Which would be the best way to try and guarantee destruction of...
The thing,
The thing.
however, that does not guarantee our, or even give us a good chance to our survival. And I would prefer to survive.
I agree. But
So we're going to, I guess, just set it and run and hope that it crushes all of them. Oh, I'm a terrible human being. God forgive me. Now I know that when push comes to shove, I do not have the courage of my convictions.
does it look like the trapdoor has a way that I could jam it shut?
You put
There's
an
a lock
unconscious
from the
body on top of it.
inside. There's a lock from the inside for sure. But what we would have to do is drag like a piece of furniture over it from the outside.
Okay.
Probably something like that. Yeah, because it's meant to have a carpet go over it, so there's not like
Yeah, there's not like a...
handles that you could slide something
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
Oh, they could set a box of dynamite on top of it.
Well, I mean, that's the idea. But, like, if there's 2 people down there, they could just push.
Right.
So
So
we'd
if
have
we
to get-
drag the couch over it,
Or the guy outside.
or both,
Lay him on the couch like he's just had a
In
spell.
repose.
and that way it gives us a little bit more time because when the people come back, they won't see a unconscious body outside.
Yeah.
That's true. So, I will go retrieve that guy.
And I will attempt to drag a couch over.
Okay, you have to close the door because remember, so
And there's guys
Yes.
down
hatch
there.
is
So,
open.
wait until I get back inside with
Yeah.
the thing.
Okay,
And then I'll kick it shut, you pull the couch, and I'll drop the guy on it. And then we'll set the dynamite and run.
great.
Okay.
I'm not there, so I can't say anything.
This is what's happening.
Okay.
This is such a bad plan.
Yes.
Yay!
All right. So I go pick up the guy.
Okay, you got him.
Carry him back inside as quietly as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Then make eye contact, and then I go behind the hatch
Mm-hmm. You're gonna kick it down.
I'm going to kick it down.
And I'm going to drag the couch over.
Make a strength roll for the couch.
This is where our plan could go to shit.
You can take a bonus die because it's just a couch,
You're dragging it.
and you're dragging it. Yeah, you're not.
You're like, oh,
This is still where our plan could go to shit.
lift the bus.
Oh, it didn't, though, because that's a 24.
Nice.
Okay.
Thank God for bonus die.
Okay.
All right.
And then I will go, whoop,
Right, you drop him on there.
and then push the dynamite in, and
Now you putting the dynamite underneath the couch.
Yes.
Okay.
And run, and we're getting
and then
it.
set it.
How much? How long are you setting it for?
A minute.
Okay.
5 minutes.
5 minutes? 5 minutes is a really long time for guys underneath to be like, maybe we could lift
3
him.
minutes.
It's a minute. We're gonna run.
I am already running.
Okay. All right.
It's a Russian minute. It takes longer.
So you
like all winters.
Like all winter.
So you make it to the you guys make it outside. You're running back around.
And I looked on my watch to see what time.
Right.
I'm going
I let
straight
go
into
of the thing.
Make
So,
a-
so I'm
make a
going to say
listen
we're
roll.
running into the forest behind
Make
the
a
house.
listen roll.
And it's my librarian super skill.
It's gonna be like the alarm clock's not ticking.
It's a 7 under my 67.
Okay.
Wrecked it.
I have 1 skill.
From like the upstairs window, you hear hello. Is everything okay?
No, there's a fire. Leap if you want to live.
Get out! Get out of there!
Leap if you want to live.
Okay. Alrighty. So you guys running back into the forest?
Did he leap?
Out the window? No. Not gonna leap out the window.
He's got like 45 seconds. He'll be fine.
See, he got a 60 on his listen roll, so he thought you said leave if you want to live.
I will never clear this from my conscience.
You said it. You said it for a long time, though. It's a minute. You'll be fine. Look at that. Making it out alive.
Oh, thank
Oh,
God.
nice.
All right. Okay.
James, quickly this way.
Okay. He said, I didn't see any fire.
There is, just trust me, it's a terrible, terrible blaze and fueled by gas.
Oh dear.
Quickly, to the forest.
Did my friends get out?
Yes, I'm
Yes.
sure they did.
I
I
believe-
saw many, many people leave. Did you not hear the explosion earlier?
Oh, yeah, that's what woke me up.
Yes. The gas leak. It's apparently affecting all of the village.
Oh no.
We must flee into the forest.
He's into the forest. Okay. And you're waiting there, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, we arranged a meeting place by a
Yeah,
stump
there you
or
go.
something.
Okay. So put a check mark next to your mechanic repair. 'Cause
Oh.
you rolled a 6.
I did! Awesome! You got me. You got me good.
Yeah, I know. I was, like,
I was waiting
"Aw,
for you to be like, well, it's been 2.5 minutes.
It's been an hour and a half. You rolled 100. Yeah.
No, if you had rolled 100, it would have gone off
Like right
as
then
we
there.
were carrying
in
it.
the, or like while I'm building it in the bed and breakfast.
We
Bed
would
and
all be
breakfast,
making
Perks
new
and
characters.
Blew up
right
the
now.
B&B.
All right. So the house erupts in an enormous explosion. The roof goes flying. You think you see the guy you clocked in the back of the head flying up as well.
That's just imagination.
I'm like at the first sign of this. I'm taking James down with me.
Okay.
We are hitting the deck.
Okay. But like the roof just like parts and the walls blast out because dynamite inside an enclosed space
Oh, yeah, it bounces.
does what it does best.
Yes.
Destroys the.
And then it blows the house apart. Literally blows the house apart. There's I mean the some of the roof is left there to sort of cave in, but basically it just blasted out in all directions.
But the walls contained it at least a little bit to hopefully.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
Calm
I mean
some
all
down.
these things happen in a fraction of a second.
Yes.
So and yeah, and there's a fire, and now you're hearing ding 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 ding, and here comes a little water wagon coming down with the.
They're gonna save it. It'll be fine.
Jesus Christ, what do you have? Okay.
We're going with the gas leak story.
I mean, if there's one thing I do well, it's listen and talk. I mean, 2 things I do well.
Hey, it's worked
Listen
out so
and
far,
talk.
right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So,
So we should We should take James back to the manor.
Okay. Just before you leave, as like the fire truck is pulling up, everyone make us a regular spot hidden check. I'm gonna give you all a penalty die because big bright explosion, trying to notice something at night.
95.
Well, I make it.
91.
That's a 40 under my 65. I
Okay.
did ruin that 12. Or that 10, though.
My other die was a 0, just so you know.
Uh-huh. Oh, was it 0?
Yeah.
Okay. So, very shortly after the explosion, something with wings, you see it come out of the wreckage, and you made it by, what, like 20 points or so?
I said 40. I made it by, 25 points.
Okay. It almost looks a little bit like a very large vulture, and it has. You've seen that shape of head before,
Oh, no.
and the thing basically like flaps a few times and then starts going up at a remarkable speed, and I mean it vanishes within a second or two. It's going so fast.
We did not succeed. At least in our primary goal.
Why do you say that?
The house is
The-
destroyed?
That was not our primary goal. There was the creature with the skull that we found. That alive one of those creatures, I believe, if my eyes do not deceive me, is now loose upon our world.
Okay.
Although, if they hope to contain it and control it, we at least have prevented that. Though, may the Lord forgive the blood upon all our souls.
This did not work out the way I wanted it to.
Did make a knowledge roll?
Just regular knowledge?
Yeah. Cano, which is I think your int.
It's
EDU.
EDU. 9 under my 70.
So you're the one that read in the last group of books. You read the journals, right?
Yeah, I read
Okay.
the journals. She read the last one.
That thing. One of the. Was that one of them? Let me check real quick. That was the hymn or hymns to the King in Yellow or something
Yeah.
like that. Did I say it came with?
It came with, so it was the Covenant of
Aldebaran.
Aldebaran. There's an L in there.
And the Eye of the
Honest.
Hyades.
And Eye of the Hyades.
Okay, I'm going to say that in that book there was an illustration of that very creature, saying it was often employed in certain rituals to the king clad in yellow.
Okay. So it was employed as part of a ritual. It was not the end goal of a ritual.
Right.
Okay. So,
Doesn't change the fact there's a monster on loose, but it does make me feel slightly better.
True. I'm gonna call it there. I'm like, yes. So we definitely disrupted their ritual. However, I fear what the price may have been for our success.
Especially if something like that didn't kill it.
Well, we know that mortal arms are not
Particularly effective.
against these creatures, and because of the situation that we found ourselves in. I owe you an apology, Isadore. I suppose. For when push came to shove, I chose to save my own life rather than the lives of others. We were able to save James, the innocent. Guilty definitely perished there. At our hand.
I would actually like to say that we are both right. There is a definite ethical and moral imperative to preserve life and to do no harm, and I tried to follow that for my entire life. But these people do not seem to work in antithesis to that moral clause. So hopefully God will be able to forgive us. But you're a man of war. You've known what it's been like to have to take life in order to preserve others. I would like to make the presumption that we're working along similar lines and that we're not just simply doing this for the sheer joy of it.
No. Killing is not enjoyment. But
I know that this will weigh heavily upon me for the rest of my life.
I think we can count 3 less from that group.
Did we notice if the good father left the building?
No one made the...
No, we both failed our spot hidden rolls.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you guys are heading back to the manor house?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
deposit
Yeah.
James there.
Okay. You go up to the front,
To the gate, yeah.
and the footman is there.
We encountered the young man of the house. And there seems to be some kind of incident in his cottage.
Oh. Well, I thank you. I'll take him in right away. We'll send someone to investigate.
Just send him in. It's like... and we just hand him over and walk away? Is that...
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good plan.
Yeah.
It's like, should we beat the effing feet out of here, or should we stick around? Because...
No, there's time to go.
Okay, good. Then we're all in
There
agreement.
are not many Russians and Americans buying large amounts of dynamite the day before large explosions in town. Just saying.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's
So we go back to the B&B.
Okay.
grab our shit and get the fuck out of here.
You're
Well,
back.
we can't go anywhere in the middle of the night. There are no trains. Like, it's not a city. We have to spend the night at the B&B. So I guess, if possible, we sneak back in.
To the B&B? Mm-hmm. Yeah, stealth rolls. Jim always looks so pained when I ask for a stealth roll.
Because as of yet,
didn't make
most of the
it.
skills that I thought were going to be cool have not been. So.
75 over 55. I'm sorry, everyone.
If it's a tie, does that go to me or does that go against me?
No, you mean at or under.
At or under, very
Yeah.
good. I got
So you're the
exactly
only one that made
61.
it because I missed it.
Okay.
I'm like, follow me. And you guys are just clattering up the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like I trip.
So when you guys are going up the stairs, you do, like the landlady does open the door and notices that you came in at that hour. It is,
When she comes, Madame, have you heard? There was some kind of explosion.
well, I thought I heard something.
The fire brigade has been roused to
Is
head out.
Was anyone hurt?
We were not able to ascertain that as of yet, but the young lord of the manor is safe.
Oh, very good. Very good.
And we found him in the woods.
Oh, dear. Well, at least he made it out.
It is fortunate for all involved.
Oh. Well, good night.
Good night.
Do we have any idea when the first train out of here is in the morning?
Oh, it probably leaves at like 7 a.m.
All right.
say.
So let's be sure to be on that train. Even if we just wake up with the rooster and get the hell out of here.
Okay.
Would there be like freight trains that go through at night?
There might be. There probably are. I mean, there probably are. There might be.
Maybe we go find our way onto one of those.
Do a
to get
little
out here
hoboing?
now.
I think we should go back to London.
Well, sure, but I'm saying we should leave now and not stay here tonight. And we...
Well, if that was the case, are there places for us to get?
Well, there might be freight trains that run late. That run through the night.
That we could perhaps find our way onto when they stop for water.
I'm all for that plan.
I feel like waiting until morning is just waiting for them to piece together people's stories and figure out what's going on.
Well, no one's going to be piecing together shit until, they contain the massive blaze and possible fallout of the explosion.
Yeah.
But if you really want to leave tonight, we can try. I just don't know that I'm going to be particularly adept at jumping onto a train.
Well, hopefully it stops to take water and we can just find something.
That would be my hope as well. But
Yeah.
we're not,
But yeah, because I'm not...
I'm not a cowboy riding a horse and leaping onto a train.
Speaking of cowboys riding a horse...
Doris is okay, right?
I'm going to say that she left a note in the B&B saying that she's going to make her own way to London.
Okay. Sounds fair to me.
Like, once she sees the big boom.
I'm outie. Okay.
Well, at the very least, I think I should go.
I
You were not directly associated with buying explosives or...
Yeah, but
Anything
we're
like that.
associates. We're known
I
associates.
don't want to be detained by the local constabulary
That's
for
just-
any reason. And it might just be for the best that we all vacate as soon as possible. Though I am getting rather sick of, honestly, just running away from the scene of a crime in the middle of the night.
There are two possible remedies to that.
I do not like the first, so I shall join you in this escapade.
Escapade it is.
Okay.
So yeah, so we're gonna just pack up our basic crap, get the hell out of there, and see if we can find. And just wait for.
Are you going to try to stealth your way out again?
Nah.
Okay.
I mean, at this point, it's like, look, apparently things are blowing up, and I hear and I tell the landlady on the way out, since obviously we're making a lot of noise now, like, I hear there's a gas problem. I fear for our safety here. You might
We
want to
haven't
get
seen our friend-
you and yours out. Our friend has gone as well.
We haven't seen her in quite some time, so we're kind of worried about her.
Oh, no. Okay, well, maybe I'll get everyone out.
I think that sounds like the best plan. I mean, what if the gas lines have gone?
That would be terrible.
I just don't know. Unfortunately, I don't know how I could help other than just to let you know what the situation may be.
Oh, well, thank you. I will get everyone out.
Go to the country, they said.
Avoid exploding houses, they said.
Okay.
All right, yeah. So, beat feet.
Yeah.
So you guys basically head to the train tracks, like, just a little bit north of the water tower.
Yeah.
And just basically kind of just sit there and lie in wait until the train comes by.
Yeah.
All right. Make a luck roll. Come on. Someone. Just one. Just one. It could be the person with the highest luck.
My
that
luck
was-
is at 59 right now. Is where my
He's higher than I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
16.
16. Okay. All right. A freight train. And they go goobloop, 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 filling it up with water.
Could I have picked up like a loaf of bread?
Sure.
Just
Handkerchief
can of
tied on a
beans.
stick.
yeah.
Put it in my
Can
bindle.
of beans.
Okay. And you guys can get on the train and
Yeah.
fall for that because it's not
Okay.
moving or anything. You just kind of sneak on someplace down the ways a little bit.
Sure.
Okay.
Pull one of those slidey doors shut.
Mm-hmm.
When we get in there, is there like another group of people avoiding cultists? In
No,
Already
there's
go.
not. You are alone. You're like on top of crates.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do hope that. I know that It is very unchristian of me to say, but I do hope that Father O'Leary was caught in that blast.
Yeah. Especially before he can go get his hooks back into the poor young master.
Or attempt to renew whatever ritual he was starting.
I do wish that... I wish I had more knowledge of the dreaming. That we might be able to shield James's dreams as truly shielded ours.
I wish that we had much of the knowledge that they have, because apparently they have the ability to counter whatever it is we're going on while we're fighting blind.
Okay.
Well, you know the saying, if wishes were horses.
Well, whenever we get to wherever, I'm going to try to look for a newspaper or something with news from that area.
Okay.
See if we can divine what the story is.
Train still is moving when dawn comes. And sunlight kind of coming through the cracks and stuff like that. The crates that you notice you're sitting on has a shipping address in London. It's like just on the outskirts of London. And it says, "Attention, Albert Einstein."
Our good friends.
And it looks like in this one train car, like 3/4 of the crates here are addressed to him.
Oh, wow.
I think that works quite well in our favor.
Now, will my curiosity overcome me and invade my good friend Albert Einstein's privacy? Yeah, I'm totally looking. I can't.
Okay,
help it.
pry a couple crates open.
Yeah.
Okay. One of them you find a ton of electrical cable. I mean, like the crate is maybe like 5 or 6 feet by 5 or 6 feet, and there's like it
Spools and spools
and
of cable.
thick, heavy gauge cable too. There are like 6 enormous lead acid batteries. They're probably by 4 by 4 by 4. They're just huge. I mean, they must have to get those things out of here in a winch or something like that. And then you find it looks almost like kind of like vacuum tubes, but they're big. They're like 2.5, 3 feet long. And they're packed in small crates inside of a larger crate, and it says a product of the Nikola Tesla Company.
Wow. Badass.
So there's all kinds of stuff, but
I am going to grab. Are there any receipts or anything in there, or
Sure.
on the back of it? I'm going to write a prayer for good fortune, and I'm going to slip it back in.
Okay.
Seal up the crates.
okay.
Wow, our paths keep crossing with Professor Einstein.
He mentioned some irregularities in test results from a lab that he was traveling to the last time we spoke. I wonder if that might somehow be related to irregularities in the time stream that we have.
Well, a lot of his studies do actually involve time and gravitation and a lot of the basic forces. It may be possible that he might be detecting something that has to do with this. But I would have no idea where something this fantastic would intersect with science.
I wouldn't be the worst idea to make a detour, seeing as the train will stop near his laboratory.
It's as good a place to go as any, especially if we're just biding some time to try to let some heat off, to use the criminal vernacular.
I think... this might be an interesting... It's a worthwhile enough detour, I believe, before we go back to Dr. Kessler's and check on Gail's health and maybe try to track down this Nathaniel Harper. I truly believe he must have much more information than than it first seems about what is happening. And I feel like he must be connected in some way. His name keeps coming up.
And that we are agreed. The only thing that would give me any pause as to pursuing this course would be to make sure that Doris understands where we are and doesn't overly worry about us.
Well, assuming that she would head straight to the Kisslers, because where else would we go? It's the commonality that we have in London. We could send a message to him and just let her know that we are on our way.
Certainly, and since we'll be next to a rail station, there'll be a telegraph there, relatively easily accessible. So, yeah, let's do that. At least that's my vote. I can't help but feel somewhat sorry to you, comrade, for being caught up in this with us.
Well,
It's been very good to have you with us, but you are definitely caught up in this, and I don't know whether there's any escape once you're in. But I just want you to know that for me personally, there's no reason for you to maintain your relationship with us. If you wished to part ways, I would like to give you that opportunity to do so.
Well, as tempting as it is to go back to thinking that the world is a place we know and things are simple, I do not want creatures from dreams to come and track me down by myself. Who knows what plans they have for all of us. You have all told stories of terrible creatures that I have not even seen yet, but
I hope that you never do, my friend.
I believe that I am permanently scarred by those visions.
But just what I saw when we were trapped in that dream place, I cannot, I could not let these people continue to try and do what they are doing. I must try and stop it.
Very well then.
I feel I feel greatly changed after my experience in that morgue. And I cannot let it pass without challenge.
And you're a man of good conscience, and I'm glad to have you with us.
I
But
cannot say how I would react if I saw another zombie creature.
I suggest we try to get some rest while we're on this train.
I sincerely hope we never do.
But if these packages are going to a friend of yours, we could...
An acquaintance that we, pure happenstance, happened to encounter on an earlier, happier leg of our journey.
Well, maybe there's a chance that they know something with all of these technical pieces.
Well, it definitely highlights some of the greatest minds of our time. Dr. Tesla and Dr. Einstein. So if anybody would have any answers about detecting anomalies in time, I just can't believe those words are coming out of my mouth, then they would be the ones to know how to go about that, at least in a scientific sense. But okay. I'm going to try to grab a couple of winks.
Okay.
Same.
Ready? Okay.
Yeah, might as well.
All right.
It's not like the freight train stopping is a quiet affair that we would sleep through.
Exactly. Yeah. Lurch. Okay. So the train does start slowing down. I mean, you can kind of look through the slats and the thing that you are kind of on the outskirts of the city at this point.
Well, once it gets slow enough, I guess we should get off, because once it stops, they're going to become looking for this. As I gesture around to all the crates around us.
Then we have the address where this is all going now. So,
So, we leap once it's slow enough to be safe.
Okay, all right. This I will require probably a dexterity roll.
Much better at that.
oh no,
Oh, no.
my dexterity is not bad, but it's
That
not
was a
that good.
19 on my end.
You 90'd your dexterity.
I did
What is your dexterity? Is it over
65.
Oh, it is higher. Okay.
One.
You ate one. You ate 1 point of shit when you
Ew.
came down.
I can deal with that.
It's like road rash. It's nothing.
Yeah,
Right.
We now have
It's
a cream
grass
for
rash.
that, thanks to
I didn't
Julie.
tuck the shoulder.
Right. And then we'll wait for Isidore to get back and have him make his roll real quick.
You have to make a dex roll
Because we were leaping from the train.
as it is moving slowly. Because we don't want to wait until they're stopped and, ready to get back into business.
I hate to bring this up, though, because of my leg situation, we have a penalty to that roll.
Yeah, take a penalty die.
Oh, no!
Yay, honesty. It works out great all the time.
It's definitely better for my roleplay purposes.
Or take roll under half, whichever.
Okay.
I don't know what.
I mean, I got a dexterity of 70, so...
Penalty dice.
Okay. Oh,
no.
there's a 96.
I was wrong.
Oh. You must face the D3 of suffering.
Oh, no. That's a 2.
Okay.
So I take 2 damage, I take it?
Yeah.
No.
So they both jump out and fall badly, like face plant right in the beautiful English countryside.
Oh. Are you okay? As I, get up from my superhero pose,
Yeah, of course, you made it badass.
I mean,
Her dexterity's 75.
My dexterity is 70.
wow.
I just am injured permanently because I thought I could make another jump. Apparently, when I was crazy.
I'm not injured at all, and I screwed it up too. So
cool. I just rolled a 19.
I just,
That's all right.
the best way to cushion my fall is with my nose.
No, I landed badly on my bad leg, and
Right.
now I'm limping even more. And you can tell that my ankle's probably swollen at this point. But
Right.
I'm all right.
We should bandage that before we go further. We have a ways to walk from here.
Okay.
Medic. Medic.
First aid can give me a point back.
Gives you a point.
That's a 43 into my 45.
Yeah,
There's a
get
point.
back. All right.
Do you also...
No, I'm fine.
Your nose, it seems quite swollen.
I will get fresh air. It will be fine.
And then she'll look in the morning. She'll fix it.
You're looking like Leonard Malden. You're like, oh my god, I'm old. Okay. Yeah. So, we try to make it to the address where the Einstein's packages were being delivered to.
All right. Okay, and it's kind of just barely in the countryside, sort of. I mean, you can see London kind of in the distance, and it's like an abandoned barn. It looks like there's fields around it that have gone fallow, and they're just filled with weeds and grass and all kinds of stuff. There's an old farmhouse, kind of sitting out by itself, and there's a very large generator outside, a diesel generator. It may be one of those things that I don't even probably have ever even seen, because they're not very common at this time. But it's large. I mean, it's probably 15, 20 feet long, and it's just big, enormous. It looks like it might be an engine. Well, it wouldn't be an engine out of a train yet, but it's a big, giant diesel generator. And you can see they have a bunch of batteries outside that are wired together.
Big old Westinghouse generator.
Right.
All right.
And it's actually on like a wagon. Like a reinforced wagon with like 4 axles.
We must look frightful, too.
I'm just fine.
Was there any kind of stream or anything as we came to
Sure. Oh, yeah.
so we could freshen up a little.
Yeah.
And you could put like a wet compress on your nose at
Yes.
least. I insist.
Chilly stream. It's 1 point. It's not.
Right.
No, so it's just to like
Make it
freshen ourselves
better
up
looking.
a little bit, like so we don't look quite like we escaped a exploding building in the middle of the night.
Dead on. Okay. So yeah, we'll freshen up and then head on up over to the farmhouse.
Shit,
I
sorry.
suppose.
There's a bug here. I don't recognize it. What's a fly? Where's it?
It's the fly from earlier.
Yeah.
That bastard.
All right. Okay. So yeah, you can see in the distance, and there's some people working. Like there's this guy with an oil can sitting there on top of the diesel generator, working his oil can, and then someone else seems to be looking at knobs in the back of the thing.
Just walk up to the farmhouse
Okay.
and just knock on the door.
Okay. And an old man opens the door. Can I help you?
We're looking for Dr. Einstein. Is he about?
Oh, I'm afraid not. We expect him on, I think this afternoon's train.
I see. But we'll simply just return a little later. Thank you so much.
Can I tell him who's called?
He probably doesn't know us by name. We met on the train trip to London, and we found...
He invited us to observe his experiments.
Okay.
And we had quite an interesting convergence of study. Though that was some time ago now.
Yes. Yes.
I would have assumed he'd be here by now.
Oh, well, he's traveling with some equipment.
I'm so sorry that we came by unannounced.
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
I pick up one of my Ravenhearse cards and I go, here's my card. If you could please tell him when we arrived that we came to call and that we will return later on to see him.
Will do.
Thank you so much.
Good day to you.
All right, what now?
I guess we go to Kessler's.
Okay.
Is that close enough?
No, that's...
It's in London
It's in
proper.
it's in town. Yeah.
Assuming
the
like
city.
close enough, and we could catch a bus,
Yeah.
or
Okay.
hire a hack.
Yep.
Yeah, whatever mode of transit is most convenient.
It's
That's
just
true.
that the last time we tried to hire a hack, Isadore beat up the driver. So
You
Yeah.
know,
Anytime you call a cab in London, I'm gonna have you make a luck roll. You roll 100, same guy.
Oh, yeah.
Right on by.
Fair enough.
No, he stops and just gets out.
okay, we're definitely attempting to call a cab then.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. Oh, if it comes out hungry, I'd be so happy because I'll beat the crap out of this guy. No, 31.
Okay.
It's like,
You won't stop.
Okay. So you call a cab and
Pulls up, looks out the window, gets panicked, drives off.
Calls the cops.
They're back.
anti-Semite.
all right. So you make it to Dr. Kissler's lab.
Okay.
It's there. There's the door. The place isn't burning and the windows aren't blown out or anything.
Hey, that always makes me feel good. And nobody came in with some TNT and just blew the place up.
No, we used it all.
All right.
I could buy more. It is new day. It was very easy to buy last time.
I spend refreshed. I'm good. All right, just go on up and knock on the door and ask to speak to the good doctor. And
Oh, okay. All right. Well, an orderly answers the door and recognizes you and lets you in.
okay, great.
Says you can go to the staff dining room. I will let him know that you're there.
Oh,
You're here.
great, because we're probably starving.
Yep.
You
I
had
mean,
a loaf
I
of
didn't want
bread.
to see
Yeah.
anything or say anything.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll go over to the commissary or whatever and
Okay.
get ourselves some sandwiches.
All right. And then after 10 or 15 minutes, Dr. Kessler walks in, says, "How are you?"
As well as can be expected. How is Gail?
Gail. Yep. Gail.
Nurse
Northrop. Oh, that's
Nurse
right. You sent
Northrop.
her here. Oh, she's
Well, I thought for a minute you were playing like she never made it.
Yeah, me too.
Real
I was
upset.
like,
Sounds like it's going to be a thing at the pit of my
was-
stomach.
Oh, you
Oh
killed
my
me.
god, you got us 2 tenths in this game, Stu. Now you just
I was about to like have some.
Oh yeah, we were about
Feels.
to, that was going to be a whole side mission.
no, she's
Can't abandon her.
she's here. He's given her a room, and she's actually very helpful with the younger staff.
She seems to be someone who has a great deal of expertise in this.
Yeah, indeed.
Did she tell you that she had some dream elements as well?
Yes, indeed she has. I have. We have no subjects here at the present time, so there's no one I could put her in the dreaming chamber to see if a linkage could happen.
I mean, for the best, I think. She's been through so much already.
Oh, she has agreed. If once we have someone here who is also susceptible to the phenomenon, that she would engage in this experiment.
If she has agreed to it, I would. Well, I'm just thinking to myself, hey man, I'm not letting her go under by herself. If she's going to do this, I'm going to have to help.
Though, I mean, I wouldn't be adverse to going back under now that, since we're in the auspices of the protection of Tupolev.
Yeah. Well, I said, well, if she plans on going through the experiment, I would be happy to join in. Since she is known to us, it may make it more comfortable for her.
Excellent.
I say. With the hopes that we don't have a repeat of last time's unfortunate side effects.
Yes. Very well.
Is this the place with the...
With the village, though, not with the zombies.
Oh.
Our friend here also seems to be tied into our visions, so to speak.
Ah. Very good.
We must protect people from it.
Have you seen Doris?
I know.
Okay.
Maybe she took a slight detour of her own.
Well, out of all of us, she's the most capable, but until I see her again, I think I will be ill at ease, but hopefully she'll turn up soon.
So, but this is I can do for you.
Honestly, I was hoping that we might also stay with you for just a small amount of time. I'm looking for information on a Nathaniel Harper of Harper Publishing.
Oh yes, the newspaper man. Yeah.
And I know that we have infringed upon your hospitality so much already, but with how things were left last time, I'm concerned about staying at a public establishment. And of course we could compensate you for your time,
Oh,
and any of our experiences are open for your studies.
Oh, well, that is fine compensation. Just that. The Nathaniel Harper, his publishing house is in. He tells you what district of London it's in and what street it's on. Other than that, I know nothing. I've never met the man.
Do you know what university Professor Einstein is doing research out of here?
I was not aware that Professor Einstein is.
Oh, he's running some experiments on the outskirts of town. I was just wondering if it was in conjunction with any
Oh no,
establishment.
no, I've heard nothing of this.
The only reason I know is because we ran into him on the train.
Oh, indeed.
And they expected him in later today, actually.
Ah. No, I have never had the honor of meeting Einstein.
Yeah, well, I was just hoping to maybe read up on some of his current research. And if he was working out of a university here, I was going to see if I could hit up that library to find that.
Well, I could lend you my car if you wanted to go visit, so you don't have to muck around with it all the times and see.
Oh, we would be quite, once again, in your debt. That would be fantastic. If there are any questions you would like us to forward the professor or to make him aware of your research, we'd be happy to do so as well.
Oh, yeah. I will give you a calling code to give to him, please.
Oh, very good. Yes. And maybe we should speak to Mr. Harper first before we indulge ourselves into...
I would like... I mean... Let's explore this Einstein angle first, and hopefully Doris will be back by the time we track down Nathaniel Harper. I do love her insight.
Indeed. And I have to say, I do feel a little bit safer when she's around.
She does have that aura about her. No offense to
No
you,
offense
Dmitri.
From an out-of-character question, would we want to go by and at least observe the estate that Harper bought?
Yeah.
He was the one that bought the Trask estate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a little drive-by and just scope the place out?
Yeah, at least see if it's in use or if it's abandoned. Or
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good plan, especially now that we have
Now that we have transportation.
Yeah, totally.
Or we could call another cab. Convince the
No,
guy.
you're going to find every excuse to call a cab.
Oh, yeah.
I want to so badly.
I feel like the percentage goes up if we call a cab in the same neighborhood.
Oh, it probably does.
Yeah.
Yeah, except we have no idea what neighborhood that was because it was like part of the like semi-mad
Mad flight.
in like kind of some weird place in between that I found you.
That's right.
Yeah, because I went out
So, like,
screaming.
Yeah, I sure as hell couldn't tell you what neighborhood it was.
Yeah. I can hardly remember anything about that night, to be honest with you. It's, I was completely out of my gourd.
So
Yeah.
Kistler suggests this evening, if you if you are back in time, perhaps he could hook you guys up, since you're going to have a night's sleep anyway.
We will make particular efforts to ensure that we're here for them. So, yeah, I'm all about checking out the estate first, just to see if there's
Yeah.
anything going on.
We can
over
go
there.
do that on the way back to the Einstein Ranch.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You drive by the place. Its estate is kind of a little overblown of a word, but I mean it's about like a half a city block. It's large. It's very large, but it's
I
not
mean,
like
you say overblown and then you said
Half a city block. That's
oh, but come on, in an
stately.
estate. In a state, you think rolling hills,
I mean, but in a city, half a city block
Yeah.
is
Okay,
the
yeah.
equivalent.
and it's got a fairly large house, probably 3-story house, probably about 3,500 square feet, and looks like it was probably built maybe 30 or 40 years ago. So it's like,
Super
what would
new.
that be, like Edwardian?
Yeah.
Was it about roughly? And it,
1890s, yeah.
yeah, and it is definitely looks like it's very well maintained. You know, the lawn is very nice and green and clipped nicely, and it's got a wrought iron gate around the place, and there's a big H in the middle of the gate. So when the gate opens, the H opens as well, and it's gaudy as hell.
I was about to say,
the Bob
it
Hope house.
just
Yeah.
just under her breath, Camilla's like, new money.
Oh, and it's gilt too.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, they're flashing the bling.
Real
Just
classy.
no sense of taste or subtlety of dignity.
Did I mention the marble statues of the cherubs along the road, along the way in?
Holding little lanterns.
It's so like straight up like the golden age transferred over to London.
Right.
A spit in the eye to the old guard.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. love it so much. I mean, I hate it, but I love it.
So it appears he's living there.
Well, someone is. At least the grounds are being kept
Well,
godly.
since he's got a big H on the gate.
Yes, I agree.
Does it look like there used to be a T and it was
Yes.
removed?
Yes.
Do the grounds seem guarded? Are there footmen out about, or
There is a one footman sort of by the gate, and then there's one standing out in front of the home.
Okay. Well, we can assume if he lives here that, like, he's got a full cadre of servants to attend to his every ignoble whim.
Okay.
I'd love it if he's just a really nice guy with terrible taste. Like, we meet him and he's just super friendly and everything. He's just like, but, you know, I just love things
And
that
also,
are gold.
like, super involved in the occult.
Oh.
He's like, isn't gold so classy? Camilla's already judged him and found him logic.
It's like, yes, I wanted to make a statement. Yeah, you made one, all right. All right.
The salesman was just so convincing. I just had to buy the gold ones.
This is why you need a wife or / life partner.
Or at the very least, an interior decorator. Or landscape architect.
Oh, you haven't even seen the inside of the house.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be real good.
I can only imagine in my nightmares rivaled by zombies and Carruthers.
Oh, I want it to be like all the famous frescoes, but with his face painted in.
It's like Abigail's face on every single one of them.
There's like a statue of David with his face.
Yes.
Which Abigail? I leave it up to the viewer.
They're all the different Abigail.
Now you should make an Abigail table.
The
Random
last
Abigail
Abigail.
encounter.
every one of the Abigails is represented. Either way.
Which Abigail? I don't know. Roll me a d20.
Random Abigail encounter.
And, all right. Anything else we want to look at here other than to drop our jaw at how gaudy is this?
No, I think now that we know that he is in residence, we could call upon him and attempt to get some information upon the people that we have already found the names out of that I can't remember.
Well,
So
yeah.
we'll write things down.
And I think it's probably a better idea to see if Doris comes back around. Since she does have contacts in the publishing world, it'd probably be a lot easier to get an appointment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maxwell Christensen. Because I would like to know about Edward's works.
Maxwell Christensen.
He was the guy he was the assistant, and he went with all of the journal notes, and he went to the Harper Publishing, and he was never seen again.
Right. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Because he was going to print a set of the notes from Edward. I only have Edward written in here. Though, let's be real, the fact that I remembered Nathaniel Harper without having to refer back is its own miracle.
I would say I'm impressed.
Okay, so where are you guys going now?
Now we're heading over to Einstein's.
Yeah, we're going to see if he made it in the afternoon train.
Okay.
Now that we are, like, look like presentable people again.
Okay. You make it out there. You drive out there again, and as you're coming down the road that leads to the barn, you can see up ahead a ways that there is now a roadblock in place. Where there's like a freight truck, like a large stake bed, parked across the road, and there's two gentlemen standing in front of the truck. One of them is carrying a rifle.
Okay. I stopped the car, like a few yards away from them, and set it to the side, and I'm just going to walk up.
Okay.
And, pardon me, gentlemen, is there anything amiss? We've come here to visit with Dr. Einstein.
Oh. Well, I can send my mate to go see if he can see you, but I know they're setting something up, and they wanted us to set up a roadblock to make sure no one got too close. I guess what they're working on is a bit dangerous.
Oh, we were invited to observe the experiment. If you could please... I give him another one of my cards. I've already left a calling card, but to identify me, if you could please give him this and see if it would be safe for us to enter, I would appreciate it.
Oh, yep, and he hands it over to his buddy who goes running off down there.
And I go back to the car.
Okay.
And explain to the rest of the group what's going on.
Okay.
Apparently, the experiment is somewhat dangerous.
Well, I mean, oftentimes when you're dealing with a great amount of electricity, it seems to me that some amount of danger would be involved. Out of character, the reason why I just wrote down Edwards is Arthur Aiden Edwards was the dude's name.
Arthur Aiden Edwards.
And that's the set of notes that we found when we were up in Gail's attic.
Right, okay.
It's just when a person has 3 first names.
Right.
As I blink pointedly at Stu.
At least you didn't name him Abigail.
Then I just go and I was like, yeah, electricity would be quite dangerous. Let me tell you a story about this elephant.
And there's 2... I went through my NPCs for the vampire game. I'd already had 2 Abigails.
Dude, this is
Let
actually...
it go.
This is going into fetishism, Stu.
That is a present-day
It is-
campaign.
It is... Well, yeah, but the vampires are old.
But they are not all named Abigail.
No, they're not. Most of them aren't. The vast majority of the characters are not named Abigail.
But the ones who are all in this campaign. I really want to...
Maybe they are. Maybe they became vampires in this game, and then...
What? I kind of wanted to name... I wanted Sam to name her character Abigail. Because, I can't because of backstory, but,
Right.
she could have.
Yeah. Okay. So, you see that after, I don't know, probably 5 or 10 minutes, you see the guy come back, and Einstein's following behind him. And he comes up, and he says, Dr. Holzman?
Dr. Einstein, a great pleasure to meet you again.
This is a pleasure. And Camilla, yes.
It's
What can I
nice
do for
to
you?
see you again.
Well, we were...
Are we conversing... Sorry.
Go for it.
Are we conversing in English or French or German or what?
What did you guys speak last time? Because we figured at that point he didn't speak English. It's probably French.
Yeah.
French.
It's
Okay.
probably French.
Cool. I will translate for everyone again then.
Okay.
Or you can just take lead on the conversations all
Nope,
day.
that is all you.
I basically relayed to him that we would love the opportunity to take him up on his offer to observe his experiments. We also have some questions regarding some items with some theories within the flow of time and the ability to move within that flow, and just wanted to catch up on that, and we're thrilled and excited to see what he's working on.
Yeah, right now we are still setting up and doing some initial tests, and some of the equipment is somewhat unreliable. So we're trying to keep people clear until we know that everything is set up and everything is functional.
Well, perhaps you could let us know when would be a better time for you.
Yeah. Well, I must talk to my partner. If he he is reluctant to have outsiders involved, but I will do my best to see if he will allows us.
Who are you working with on this?
His name is Nikola Tesla. That's with an S.
Yes, his work is familiar to me through my acquisitions for the library in New York.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like his intellect is quite unmatched.
I saw his and Westinghouse's, read his and Westinghouse's presentation at the World's Fair, which is quite impressive.
Well, yes. He's made quite a name for himself. Very showman. Very secretive for someone who tends to show off so much, though, I must say.
Well, his proclivities seem to be far more flashy than physics. It is very difficult for people to grasp many of those concepts, therefore.
Yes. This is true. Well, I must get back to it, but if you leave me a place and I could call and...
Well, we also have the card of an associate of ours who would love to make your acquaintance.
And we're staying with him.
Ah, very well. Okay, so you give him the card, and he goes running back.
All right. Well, what now, folks?
Well, we can try to make an appointment with Harper and call on him and see if Edward's papers or Martin Christensen's information, what his connection is with all of this. For all I know, so far, everything points to him being a nexus.
A lot of arrows pointing his direction. I think you're absolutely correct. So then we probably should try to make an appointment through his office?
I suppose. What might be the best thing is to say that James sent us.
Certainly.
And at the very least, that would set the tone.
Okay.
After we finish this, I think I'd like to drive over to the train station and see who gets off the train that comes in from the village whence we came.
Okay.
See if there's any faces we recognize among the observed.
Okay, you can totally do
possible cult people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or if we see any suspicious-looking Irishmen.
Is that a bee?
It's still a fly.
It's a death bug.
It looks big.
I mean, flies are large. No, don't not! Oh!
Oh, the humanity. Mute the mic if you're going to fight your dice.
Dear Lord.
Oh, why?
You have papers and folders near you.
And
They're
you
not
put the
nearly
one
as loud
thing
as
that's
my
all
box
shaky.
of dice.
You're like a distracted cat.
Well, it's like right here. I'm like, all right.
I would like to, if we are going to take another day, and since we're well rested and in a place of like relative security for the moment, I want to perform the first like ritual from
Ooh.
the Covenant of Aldebaran.
All right.
To communicate with Testor, but I will let everyone else go first with what they want to do.
Okay. That's kind of like a nighttime spell. Okay.
Apparently when it flew by the camera, the audience thought it was a bee.
It was long.
Not a bee!
It's a long fly then.
So,
Maybe it's two
It's
flies.
long.
Maybe it's two flies doing the bumping nasties.
no.
They fly when they bump nasties.
No,
sometimes.
no. You'd hear the boom chicka waka music
Yeah.
as they go by.
Look. It could also be listening to Barry White. All right. So you go to the train station.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll just buy a newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I read English, but I know how to try and not look suspicious.
Okay. Okay.
Should I roll a spot hidden?
Yes, make your spot hidden.
No.
Okay.
It was worth a try.
Many people get off the train.
Yes. There's a crowd.
Yes. And Anything else you want to do for the day?
I am going to see if I could do some research at the London Library
Okay.
about the current work that Dr. Einstein is working on, and see if I can get any idea of what that experiment's about and what he's working on.
Okay.
Library use?
Library use.
Yep.
How much you make it by?
20.
20. Okay. This is mostly from their copies of the local newspapers, because it obviously nothing would have been published in book form yet. But most of them are like tabloids that say that that Einstein has been spotted in town, and that he's doing some crazy experiment that has to do with time. And then in one of the other newspapers also mentions the fact that Nikola Tesla is in London as well. And there's a picture of those crates being unloaded in one of the tabloids from earlier in the day.
I just realized that we're in the Command and Conquer universe timeline.
I don't know what that is.
It's like Einstein and Tesla, like technology ends up being used for
By nod.
giant
Yeah.
vehicles of war.
These Tesla cannons and these
Yeah.
laser bolts, these lightning bolts, yeah. Also, I'm going to see if there's any papers from the village that we were at, see if there's any
Okay.
that was reported. That is a 12.
Okay. Yes. There's definitely a mention of 2 explosions having been heard, and that the son of the Earl, or whatever, I think it was an Earl.
I think it was Earl.
Lord of some sort.
of Hamblenden narrowly escaped an explosion, and they are currently blaming it on a natural gas leak.
You rule!
Though it is being investigated.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, buy us some time. It's all good.
That's all we need. There's
I
other
mean,
countries.
I suppose. Too bad we didn't set up an actual natural gas leak, but no.
Well, we
My
can always
conscience
flee
can
to
only-
Prussia. I don't even know what to do.
My conscience only been so far.
All right. And
I mean, I'm sure we caused some damage to the pipes on the way with all the time.
Yeah, there
I'll
would
let
be a
everybody
gas
else
leak after
know
that
that-
explosion.
I'll let
Sure.
everybody else know that, yeah, so there's been some news, and they're blaming it on natural gas for now, so looks like we have at least a little bit of wiggle time.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Yay!
I don't know how to cast spells.
Do you need any help?
We're about to find out.
Where's my big Call of Cthulhu book? The big one that's got all of the rules in it. Hold on one second. Let me go find it. Talk amongst yourselves.
If you can't find the book, then you
Okay.
just got to give it to us.
The only thing
In the
I
absence
know
of
is
rules,
that I
the
have
players
to-
succeed.
is that I need to roll against my power. But, like, since I don't actually have any details on what this spell involves, I don't know. So what did y'all do while I was in the bathroom?
I failed to notice anyone at the train station. Because there was a crowd, and I'm apparently not good with crowds.
And I
Oh,
was-
yeah, that...
I got distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was researching what Tesla and Einstein were doing in town and finding out if there was any obvious fallout from the village over at the library. That's basically what I
Great.
did. And I got a check mark next to my library use.
Fancy. I'm jealous.
I was like, I got to
My
use
goal
it.
by the end of this is to have, like, 99 listen and 99 library
Yeah.
use. Before Camilla goes irrevocably insane.
Well, she'll hear it coming, that's for sure.
Exactly. Superpower. So yeah, I guess I'll spend the afternoon rereading the hymns to the King in Yellow in preparation for this.
Yeah.
Absolutely 100% great idea that I have.
Yeah, I'm on board. This is awesome.
And I'm also going to chat a little bit with Gail. We're going to have some tea. I'm going to get her a sandwich. And I'm going to say,
Like, we're really sorry about your windows.
I'm not going to tell her about her windows. We had nothing to do with that as far as she's concerned.
Yep.
What she doesn't know, she can't hold against us. Also, I'm not sure I know about her windows.
That's true.
I'm not telling. Everything went according to plan perfectly as far as the roses are fine.
Okay.
The chat room and I have decided that the plan is going to be I'm going to put on one of those chainmail suits and direct the voltage from a Tesla coil to shoot the vulture from the sky.
Yes, please.
That's going to be my plan.
Oh,
I love it.
We'll get a whole band to play like Tchaikovsky.
Lightning Alpha Force plan. That's
Okay.
I mean, I guess I could have looked this up like prior,
I just did.
except I just decided on it.
Yeah.
Now, I think you actually have to spend power.
Oh, is it spend,
it's
not
like
just
a-
roll against?
Oh,
Because I think you spend magic
You have
magic
points.
points. Magic
Yeah.
points. No, but sometimes you spend power as well. Depends on the spell.
Oh, okay.
So the first year to basically spend the whole afternoon learning it, right? And then when are you going to cast this thing, and where are you going to cast this thing? Because
I'm
it
gonna
requires
cast
chance.
it at night. And I'm going to ask Dr. Kessler if I can use his... it's a space I'm altogether too intimately familiar with now, which is his dream room.
Okay.
And I'm just going to say, hey, I have an experiment of my own to run. It's just I'm such a novice at scientific theory. If you don't mind if I use your dream studio tonight?
Of course. We won't need it till about 10 o'clock tonight.
I should be done by then.
Of course. And let me find it, because I believe there are specific requirements for that specific spell. Did I give you all the stats on that?
No,
I
you
did this.
literally just said
It's this.
it's a spell, and it allows me to communicate with Hastor through my dreams.
Got it.
top awesome plan. I love this plan.
On the inside of a public restroom is the spell scrawled there.
Kind of.
For
like
a time, call Haster.
for communication, Hastor is your person.
For a time.
We're not making promises about good or bad times.
Just saying it'll be there.
Oh, see, I think this is one that had some weird, obscure name.
Oh, FYI, we decided while you were looking for the book.
Mm-hmm.
Only Isadore knows about the Windows and Roses situation. And
Oh, right.
none of us
Gail
are
doesn't.
telling Gail about our plan to use her backyard as a distraction by
Got it.
blowing it up.
I'm just... Actually, some of that spell.
Tonight, I am going to do something. It might not be the wisest decision I have ever made. However, I feel like we could use all the help that we can get and all the knowledge that we can get specifically. So, just, I suppose, don't interfere.
Oh,
And that way, if things go terribly wrong, it is only I that is in danger.
there are some physical components to casting it.
Mm-hmm.
You need 9 roughly cube-shaped items of similar size and construction.
We know how
Is
that goes.
anyone in Dr. Kissler's employ a fan of gaming?
Gaming as in...
Dice.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay.
So I'll
Only
gather...
meaning to dice stacking.
So I will borrow the dice from them.
Okay. And when you are ready to cast the spell... Where did it? I just had the page. Where is it gone now?
I mean, why he would have 9 dice? I'm not going to ask.
No, they play champions. Champions? I don't know. 1920s. No. You probably have to You probably have to hit up several people.
From, I'll just say, Dr. Kissler's associates then. Yeah. Several of them might be in slate to gaming hells around London.
Pardon me.
That's canon now.
Okay. The first time, so you have all the stuff that you need.
Mm.
The first time that you're going to try to cast a spell that you've studied, it is a hard power roll. So it's half your power.
So I have to get under 40.
Oh, hey, that's still doable.
Your power is 80? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is mine.
For great power.
Okay. Let's hope this works.
Yeah.
It's a 34.
Boom. Okay.
Damn.
Now here is the cost for casting the spell that you just cast.
Mm-hmm.
5 power.
Okay.
Like those are extinguished.
Oh, ouch.
And then 1d6 sanity.
Okay. What did you do with my dice box after
Careful,
you
there might be a
attempted
bee
to-
inside.
I know.
It's a mutant fly bee.
The yellow fever mosquito.
Okay, I guess I'll go with the clay then, because I can't find the blood red at the moment. And I lost 5 sanity.
Ooh.
Is that a permanent loss or a temporary loss?
Well, let me see what 5 does, because I seem to recall that being a threshold. Okay.
It's not nearly as good as when I read that book, and I only lost 1 sanity. I'm just saying.
That's how it starts. You lose a little,
It's a
and the
slippery
next
slope,
time
man.
you lose 45.
I mean, let's be real here. I'm still at 70.
Make an int check. This is the roll that you want to fail. Because if you succeed it, you understand
What I've done.
the gravity of what you've done. Otherwise, that you've...
It's a 96 over my 65.
All right.
I brought the blue and purple dice out of dice jail just for this. They did not disappoint.
Did their work.
All right, so you wake up when Dr. Kissler comes in and the orderlies come in and they find you like laying on the ground and they're like smelling salts and they're like, "Are you all right?"
I believe so. So the spell failed then.
Things are happening.
You don't know what your brain has suppressed the memories after you started chanting.
Oh, poop. I'm disappointed. Okay. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I feel I overstayed the time I told you I would be in here.
Oh, no worries. We're actually getting ready to bring in Zagernis for the dream experiment.
With whom tonight?
Well, I was assumed that you all would join with Miss Northope.
Oh, all right. Of course. I'm sorry. I must have lost track of the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you would wish to get prepared for bed, we will have the room ready.
Yes. Can you have a cup of chamomile tea sent up to my room?
Of course.
I hate to impose.
Of course. And then the orderlies come and say if you're prepared.
I'm in my pajamas. I'm ready.
Okay.
I am fully dressed. Like long coat, like ready.
Right.
Ready to go out in the weather, like whatever's happening.
Marching boots.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get dressed for bed because I know that it does not matter.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you all head down, and they inject you with the same drug they injected you with the first time.
Is there the observation gallery above this room?
Yes, there is. And it looks. Oh, you know what? You should probably make a little tiny sanity check here for that,
A
because
tiny sanity check.
it is remarkably similar.
Like to the room I've
remarkably
seen.
similar to
Yeah.
the one that you saw before.
No!
1 point. Just 1 point.
That's how it begins.
Oh, you had that hard ink in there, huh? That's just
Yeah.
And they have to kind of give you a little extra dose because you start getting a little agitated.
a little extra juice.
And you wake up and you are in the OR theater. Yeah. And all of the doctors and all of the orderlies and nurses are gone.
Okay.
So, look down. What am I wearing?
What did you wear when you went to sleep?
My PJs.
You're in your PJs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is Abigail up above the thing?
No, she's not.
I go check on Gail right away.
Yeah.
Oh, she's like looking around. Where did everyone go?
And she can see.
And she can see. But she doesn't seem to have noticed that the fact that she can see would indicate that she's not in the real world.
I don't think they were coming with us.
Oh my goodness, I can see!
I am sure there are much better things to see outside of here.
Oh, it's been so long.
Otherwise, does she appear to be the same age, same everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to concentrate real hard to try to get my clothes back.
Okay, alright. Make a dreaming roll, see what happens.
This could not ever go wrong ever, right?
Those are the dice.
Yeah, I fail. I mean, it's a 29 over my 6.
It's close enough. You're like, what do you want to be wearing? Your normal traveling
You know what
clothes?
would be amusing is, like, if I ended up wearing, like, instead of my own clothes, I ended up wearing, like, a copy of Gail's clothes.
Oh, okay, that's what happens. Yeah.
It's like, I was like, man, I really want to wear, like, the clothes I was wearing today. And instead, it's just because I was staring right at Gail when I did
Right.
it.
Okay.
I end up with a copy of her. I was like, oh, it's not really my style, but I guess this will work.
More suitable for travel than your PJs.
Exactly.
Was it? Wouldn't she have been in like a old lady?
Well, like a house coat.
Okay.
Yeah, with slippers.
At least she's wearing shoes.
Right.
That's right. You gotta be ready for this stuff.
Okay.
I'll give it a try. Why not?
Okay.
38 over my 4.
Are you also wearing Gail's clothes?
That'd be hilarious. I wouldn't be against that idea.
And you're wearing the same house coat.
Okay.
But you actually have shoes on. But they're a little tight.
I'm so happy right now.
Okay. So it...
Practice might be in our best interest.
Yeah. I'm looking around, seeing if there are any of the downward stairs, sort of like exits to this place.
The door where you last saw one is there, and that door is closed.
Okay, I open that door.
Okay. And there is a stairway going down.
Right. Shall we?
I think so.
Toddle down.
Okay. It's going down a lot farther than you remember it going down before. Because it was I don't remember exactly how many steps. It was supposed to be 77 steps or something. It's going a lot farther. After a while, you start going down the stairs. Your leg starts to hurt a little bit because you're sitting there using the cane going downstairs. And after a while, you're like, something's not right.
Yeah.
You're not even seeing light yet.
Is there light in the stairwell, or is it just getting dimmer?
It's getting dimmer and dimmer the farther down you go.
Huh.
Well, should we...
We could turn
Continue?
around, or...
I'm kind of curious to see how far this goes.
I have to admit I am as well.
Okay.
It's like, Gale, if you wish to return, we will take you back. This is going deeper than
any place we've known before.
She's. I think I would like to go back. This is getting darker and darker.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll go back.
Okay.
That's Is there any equipment in the room?
Mm-hmm.
Are there torches, or I use the British term, flashlights?
Probably,
or
yeah.
I'm like, I'm willing to take another stab at it, and Gale, you're perfectly fine
I don't
staying
want to
behind.
leave her up here alone, though. So there's equipment in the room. Is there anything like a vial of amphetamines? Is there any kind of that equipment?
Oh, yeah. There's absolutely stimulants here as well, because that's how they wake people up if things start to go sideways.
Would you like to wake up now?
I think so.
I have no medical knowledge, just some first aid.
That's the best I've got is first aid. But it's administering amphetamines is not that hard. Otherwise, we would have way less people with terrible teeth.
Well,
I don't actually know what you mean by that, but I'm just letting it go.
methamphetamines. That's what he's talking
Oh.
Well, I try to walk Gale through trying to wake herself up the way that we've done it before.
All right.
See if it works.
What do we use? Will for that?
We use power.
Power. 15, yeah, that'll get her out of it.
Okay.
Great.
She just disappears.
Real quick before she goes, were we supposed to exchange random strings of numbers
Yes.
again?
Yes.
So we did that.
We did
Yeah,
that.
okay.
And we
So at least
also
pay our
tell
debt to
Gale to
Dr.
like
Kistler.
let them keep us under. We're
Okay.
gonna go back in.
Okay. Well,
Let's grab some lights and head on down those stairs.
once more into the breach.
Okay. So you go down, and it goes down 77 stairs, or whatever that number was, and all of a sudden there's a landing, and there's an opening.
So it doesn't keep on
Doesn't
going.
go as
No.
big as it used to. All right.
Huh.
What's through the opening?
Oh, idyllic-looking forest.
With a village, a Renaissance village in the distance.
Yes. Well, you can't actually see it from the opening, but it looks.
It looks like that.
It looks like that thing.
So it would appear that Gale was the reason why we kept on going down. Gale was with us when the last time we went to the village, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Although first we went back into the King in Yellow's domain. And they were stalking her. It might be that we have more than one person being watched.
Or it could be that the ritual that was done pertained to us and not to her, and it might be setting things off.
Either way. Is Julie there?
Hmm. Oh, so when you guys leave the cave, you can't walk out. Like literally, you
Just
start
her?
just her.
Oh.
Like you start to walk out, and it's like, and then you're like a foot back from where you thought you were.
I told you to get that internet connection checked.
I'm gonna like push on it with my hand.
Okay.
Like,
I mean, you can put your hand. You can't feel anything at all. But when you try to walk, it's like,
It just resets her.
yeah.
I'll try and like offer a hand, like because
Yeah,
can we
grab his
observe
hand.
this? Like,
yeah.
does it seem
I'm
like
gonna
she
assume
disappears
that,
and
like,
reappears?
No, she's just like standing there.
No.
And so I'm gonna reach my hand out to you.
Well, I'll try and
Okay.
help you through.
From your perspective, she's just not walking,
Well, come on now.
I'm trying.
and you are going. You're still holding onto his hand, but it's like your arm is extending.
There's like a something is repelling me. I don't understand what it might be.
You hear some noise behind you.
And I turn around.
Okay. The stairway kind of comes down, and then now there is a new opening when the stairway continues to go farther down.
I'm going to continue down that stairwell then.
Okay.
Since
I will follow her.
I cannot go with my friends.
Okay. So you start going down the stairs, and you guys turn around and go back in.
Yeah,
when you walk through the threshold, that stairwell is gone.
Oh, hell.
The one going down.
Oh my.
I check the wall.
Yeah, I'm like
Uselessly,
freaking out.
but I check it anyway.
Okay. Make a spot hidden check.
Oh, maybe not uselessly. Let's see.
I can.
Oh
yeah,
my god.
boy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I made mine too. 22.
Okay. All right. You can see her footprints clearly go to a certain spot and then just stop.
That is like... I'm so sad. Those were both really, really good spot hidden checks. And it's like, there's nothing to see here. Move along.
It counts as a check mark.
That's true. That's true.
I'm never feeling bad about doing that.
I'm going to try to wake myself up.
Okay. You
29.
got the power.
So I
Which
made
I
it under
apparently
half
do
an
not
hour.
anymore.
Isn't it power that you used to wake up?
Yeah.
It is.
I thought you were starting to sing that "You Got the Touch" song
No.
Oh, you
Stand
got the
motion.
power.
at first, and then it wasn't.
Right. It's actually neither. It's just
Remind me of Hudson Hawk for something.
I am going to try and will myself to find her. where she
Okay, that would be a dreaming roll.
is. Yeah.
Do it! Do it! Do it!
Here we go. No.
No,
But not like as no was what got you killed earlier.
not even close.
No, but I mean, I only have one in dreaming.
Yeah.
So it's not a likely possibility.
So you're going down the staircase, and after 5 or 10 steps down, the blackness starts to look like stars, and then you kind of get this sort of floating sensation as you're walking down the stairs, and the stairs just kind of cease, or you're
Everything
floating above them,
stares.
or something like that, and you can see the Taurus constellation in the distance. And you're like slowly moving towards it, but then you start moving faster and faster, and you can see the red giant Aldebaran in the distance, and it starts approaching, and you realize you're floating in space. You're not. You can breathe, but you're floating in space, and as you start approaching the star, it sort of turns. And you can sort of see just out of the corner of the pupil of this yellow eye looking at you. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to kill you.
I mean, do it if that's what it's gonna be. I brought this upon myself
Break your whole brain.
literally.
He's mumbling under his breath. Going, I was just going to break your whole brain.
Oh man.
It's like, it's bad. I'm going to have to figure it out.
Figure it out. Oh, where's my... Where did I put them? Oh.
In the meantime, I'm going to journal for things. Yellow card.
I bought a set of yellow and red cards.
We have literally like 7 X cards on this table.
I know.
If you die during this, though, my character is gonna be so wrecked. Because his whole purpose was to try and protect everybody.
She's real ambitious.
Yeah. Oh.
Like, Camilla hides it, kind of.
No, I get it.
But
Trust me.
if she thinks there's something that she can do to achieve her objective, in which case stop the Yellow King, or gather information that would allow us to stop the Yellow King, she'll do it.
Absolutely.
No.
In no way am I saying that you did the wrong thing. I think you did
No,
the greatest,
no.
dramatic, cool thing. I just hope your character doesn't die, because it's going to make my character very sad.
Okay. I'm going to have you make a sanity check.
Oh, jeez.
Here it comes.
Because it sort of, as this eye sort of turns, you're sort of getting this vague outline of something that sort of exists in this universe and doesn't simultaneously. And it's a shimmering sort of outline of a figure that is unfathomably large.
Will I... that was a 6.
Okay, you rolled a 6? Good.
I rolled a 6.
Okay,
I mean, now on the dice it says a 4, but that's because I knocked into one of them.
You only take 1d10 sanity.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So...
Had you failed, it would have been a
real
D100.
bad.
A D100.
Oh!
I lost 8 sanity.
And it's beginning.
Yeah.
So that's 62 now.
And if I recall, so how much have you lost?
That was 8
And
from
then-
70.
And 5 before.
And 5 before.
Okay. Just double check my sanity thing here. Because it matters.
It does.
Was that, so you lost 8 from 70? Correct? Okay. So that's just another temporary. Make another int roll.
Okay. Oh, that's bad.
You made it? Okay, so you're temporarily insane. For 1d hours, I will roll a die. For the next 9 hours, you are temporarily insane.
It's my turn!
I know very good place. We take.
Well, at least this time it's 9 hours and not weeks.
Yeah. Not a permanent derangement or something. Oh, zip-diddy-doo-dah.
Just checking a couple things here. Okay, all right. You're still in the dream world?
No, I woke up.
He woke up.
You woke up. That's
I
right.
am.
You are still there, and you're waiting outside the staircase.
Yeah. I've tried like going back up,
Right.
coming back down.
Okay.
I've gone out. I probably at a certain, like, depending on how long nothing's happening there, I will eventually like go off to the village
Okay.
and then tell them what I saw if the people are there,
Okay.
and be like, "Is
Before you get to that point, when you're like headed out the cave, you hear like a behind you,
okay
and she's like lying on the ground.
unconscious?"
Appears to be.
Okay, I will grab her up and take her back up to
Okay.
the.
Turns out she's not unconscious. She's actually wide awake,
Okay,
but she was just laying on the ground.
well, I would have checked.
Okay.
I wouldn't just be like, "Hey, I can see you're looking at me."
Well, no, maybe she's facing the other direction. I don't know.
I would say a name
Okay.
first.
All right. Okay.
Do
all right.
some kind of basic "Are you awake?" check.
All right.
Well, he has to entertain
Kenny!
himself somehow.
Pinch
You
the skin
awake?
behind the arm. Because that always wakes people up. Right
That's how
here.
you get elbowed in the face.
Yeah.
Only if the person's conscious.
Even if they're not conscious.
Maybe.
Because when you wake somebody up by pinching them in a sensitive area, you get elbowed in the face. Like, I'm just
And
saying
probably
that's
deserve
not
it.
just me.
Right. Okay. So she's awake.
Okay. Are you all right?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
There were things in the sky.
I'm going to attempt to wake them up after
Okay.
I come awake.
Okay. Well, you can also just tell
Oh.
Dr. Kistler, you need to wake him up.
I'm like, I'm going to say that it's going to take me a minute to come to and just get myself together.
Okay.
And then I go, wake them both.
Oh, very well. You both awake.
I'll look around.
So,
Be like,
what do I understand exactly from this situation? Because I feel like I went in and I went through. I walked towards Taurus and I walked toward Alteron.
Well, you kind of floated. Right. But
and
yes.
traveled toward
Right.
Alteron.
Right.
No,
Aldebaran.
not
Aldebaran.
Alderon. Alderon got blown up by the Death Star.
My
Right.
bad, sorry.
Aldebaran.
Aldebaran.
Or Aldebaran.
Aldebaran.
The
so that this might not happen next time, but it will.
You think you saw Haster in maybe its true form. You're not sure, but it had an eye that was the size of a star, and there was a whole body in proportion to that. That did not look human, but it wasn't like a giant eye and a little bit of skin around it, and that's the whole body. It was like, the thing is vast, and it's as big as a solar system, perhaps. So that's basically what broke you.
Yeah. And is Haster the king in yellow?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But you saw it in a form that your brain is having trouble wrapping around, at least the scale of it. And that's probably the break.
Cool. I mean, as a player and as a character, like, this was what the disconnect that I did not understand when I cast that spell.
Right. That you didn't...
That I didn't piece together that Haster was the creature that they called the King in Yellow.
Got it, okay.
As a player, specifically, I did not.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
No.
Right.
I mean, everyone else is going to be like, that's so obvious. And I'm going to be like, oops.
Like,
but I didn't.
No, I'm just better at being surprised about shit than you. How's that?
So it's a real revelation to me. I like it.
Okay.
And all this, like, blood-running stain on my fingers works out so well.
And I basically go, are they okay? She disappeared.
She came back, but said there were creatures.
What?
It's not creatures. It's not... Taurus is Aldebaran. Haster is the king in yellow. Linked to the Taurus. Linked to Aldebaran. The eye is Aldebaran.
So you went to where the world that Haster inhabits?
I went to the eye.
I'm not sure I understand.
I don't think you want to.
But everybody appears physically all right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I check on Gail, make sure she's okay.
Oh, she's sipping tea.
It appears that you're capable of walking down paths that we are not.
I think that might... It's possible I made choices that I should not have. That in my quest for knowledge and understanding of our foe, I may have pushed myself a little too far.
Well, perhaps this is not a permanent thing. Maybe we just need to take some time and perhaps enter into the dreaming without Gail. She could be some kind of element. But it concerns me when any of us go into the dreaming and none of us are able to be there with them. Being alone there seems to be an extremely dangerous thing.
Mm-hmm.
It can be. However, I mean, if the part of the dreaming that she goes into is the protected portion, as I think about it. But it feels like she was not able to make her way there. Whether that was my influence, and I apologize for that, or the influence that the other members put upon her. I don't know. It might be wise to go without me.
Or perhaps we can contact the people of this village there again and see if they can provide help. They know much more about this place than we do. Perhaps
But she seems like shaky, or what does she look like? Because she is temporarily insane.
Yes, she is, but that's where I get to kind of mess with her perceptions of things.
Cool.
Which I haven't done yet. But
I was wondering if I saw or understood or thought I understood anything else.
As far as what you saw?
Or as far as, like, because the spell is to communicate.
Commune, wasn't it? Or was it communicate? I don't remember. Because it's the contact deity spell. Specifically.
Commune. Sorry. Commune through dreams.
You could make...
And if that's, like... I'm not saying it has to be real.
Right. You can make like a psychology roll to see if... that's really good gum, by the way. It has like no ingredients except the stuff that makes it gum.
Oh.
So it's got like whatever the gum stuff is, sugar and like ground cinnamon.
I felt like it was the La Croix of gum.
It is very subtly flavored.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not like eating Big Red.
There's a gum factory next to a cinnamon tree forest.
But you could make that kind of roll to see if you notice there's something not quite right.
Our stupid psychologist left. That goes in an asshole anyway.
It comes with wraps to spit it out in.
Or save it.
It says post-chew.
Nope.
Oh. You missed it. Okay. I mean, she looked like a little shaken, but...
You all look that way a lot.
Yeah. Often.
And if you see what we see. Though then again, you died and are fine, so...
Yeah, totes.
No.
So Dr. Kissler's like, do you want to return without the Abigail no top?
I feel I don't want to push it too far.
I'm concerned about her, and I would like to ask some questions, so I would like to return.
Okay. Well, I will not let you go by yourself.
No.
We're on the same page.
Except I love LaCroix.
Well, yeah, I don't mind it as what it is, but this is...
I feel like that's somebody's previously chewed gum. that then got like
Tricked
reformed and I put it in my mouth.
It's I don't know. It's a very subtle flavor. Anyway, so he's got syringes out. He's ready.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
He seemed like a nice man, but now I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, since I couldn't get him before,
Do you want to stay here?
I will stay and I suppose see what you can find without me.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So the boys are going back in.
All right. So down the stairs.
Walk over to the village
Right.
and see if we can find the same people that we were talking to before.
Okay. Yeah, you see them.
Well,
He's like fetching water out of a stream.
I greet them and I go, "Hello, it is good to see you again."
Yes, it's good to see you as well.
We had a very strange situation. I was wondering if I could ask some questions.
I may not be able to answer them, but I can certainly listen.
You remember our friend, Camilla, that was with us?
Yes.
The woman? She could no longer pass the threshold to this place. And then in the cave, she saw another tunnel that we could not see and went through it and disappeared.
No, it sounds like the King in Yellow is interfering again. Or perhaps his maiden.
I see. Targeting her directly. Is there anything we can do to help restore her ability to return here?
I do not know. I do not know. And all of a sudden you guys hear like this buzzing noise.
Okay, I start looking around.
Like electric, like
I'm going to try to follow that noise.
It's coming from outside.
I go outside to see it.
Yeah, or-
Investigate.
Okay. So you walk out there, and there is. Let me describe this.
A portal or time hole.
There is a. Basically,
DeLorean.
that's kind of what it looks like, but it's like in the sky, and it looks like it's maybe about 5 feet wide, but it's sort of an oval shape, and it looks like an opening, and you can see the edges of it are sort of like cresting with lightning. And then through it, you can see there's 3 people standing there looking in, and they're all wearing, well, 2 of them are wearing suits. One of them is wearing a dress. And it's Albert Einstein and some other guy. And then standing behind them is Abigail Athenbright. And she looks like she's dressed as a secretary.
Holy crap.
And we'll end it there.
Oh, snap!
No, my heroes! Now you're ruining my heroes, Stu.
Oh, they can still be heroes and be misled.
All right. So that's it for session 12, and we'll see you in. Will we see you in 2 weeks? Or we even playing in 2 weeks? We'll probably play that by ear. It's in the middle of the holiday.
So
It's getting close to holiday by then.
it is, but it's the 28th, 29th, 30th. No.
No,
Fuck.
31st is 30th. 20, it should be the 28th.
Yeah, it's like the 29th or something.
Okay.
I think. I'm going to look it up on
29th.
my 29th.
Okay.
So it's a possibility. I'm now going to be in town for that. So
Okay.
yay! Is anyone else going out of town?
Not then.
No, we have to check with Kimi. I don't know. So, but we might play in 2 weeks. And I have a New Year's party to get
So,
ready for. So
2 weeks?
Will we all be dead?
And thank
Am
you-
I totes insane? Finally.
thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
Not to express any extra schadenfreude, but I'm kind of glad you lost some sanity.
So am I, considering I've been willy-nilly throwing myself like at
Yeah,
every
and every
occult
time you're
thing
just
everywhere.
like, no, I'm fine. And we're like, how are you still fine?
You're like freaking sanity Teflon. I hate you.
I barely walked by
Except for the
something.
time when I don't realize that, like, the spell I have is to commune with the king in yellow. I somehow just totally missed that.
You dialed him up on speakerphone and
I was
you got
like,
to whisper
hey,
in your ear for an hour.
FaceTime the king in yellow.
It's like, won't you be my neighbor?
So dumb. I'm so dumb.
All right,
Mr. Rogers.
Bye.
I'll play us out.
Bye.
Along the shore, the cloud waves break. The twin suns sink behind the lake, and the shadows lengthen in Carcosa. Strange is the night where black stars rise. Strange moons circle through the skies. Much stranger still is lost Carcosa. Song of my soul, my voice is dead. Die thou unsung as tears unshed shall dry and die in lost Carcosa.
The preceding program has been a presentation of the Angry Folk Media Empire.